Yo, what it do, man? This is your boy North End Floyd, man, back with another episode, EP 128, the Kickback Podcast, man. And you can watch this on YouTube. Also, if you don't catch it on Facebook and stuff like that, man. But we got a dope show today. It's been a little minute, you know what I'm saying? That I got the crew back together, we've been doing our thing or whatever and stuff like that, grinding goals, situation, just living life and stuff like that. So it's gonna be a dope, good show tonight. And also, you know what I'm saying, if y'all want to call into the show, you know what I'm saying, they go the number right there, 409-233-0017. Y'all could call in, y'all could comment, y'all could give y'all opinions if you agree, if you don't agree or whatever. You know what I'm saying? You don't have to say your real name and all that and stuff like that. So you know what I'm saying, we're gonna have a dope show, you know what I'm saying? And this is based on, how do you properly heal from a relationship, but we go dive into some more dope topics and stuff like that. So and I appreciate everybody that's tapping in right now and stuff like that. So let me bring in my two co-hosts, you know what I'm saying, that y'all very familiar with, that y'all probably haven't seen in a minute, but bang, there they go, Erica and Ken back on the scene. What's good with you?
What's good? What's good, bro? What's good?
And cuz, you know what I'm saying? Shout out to Amanda. She hit me and she said she wanted to watch the show. And I was like, hey,
Hey,
it's done.
Amanda.
So Amanda, she been waiting to tap in. That I appreciate you, Amanda, for tapping in with us. And please share the show. Shout out to my boy Cornbread, Mr. Lawrence. He was on that movie Cutthroat Texas. So y'all check that out. You know what I'm saying? It's on Tubi, it's on YouTube also, and everything and stuff like that. But man, how y'all been? Erica, what's good with you?
Okay. Running a tax department. It's been fun. It's been a lot, but I got what I asked for and I can't complain. What
Okay.
came with it. So I've
I
been
see.
good, tired, but hustling.
I see you over there sipping, chilling.
Yes.
That's the vibe.
Yes, my long stem, little Cabernet Sauvignon.
Okay.
Yes.
That's the vibe right now. What's up, Mr. Ken? You looking comfortable over there, bro.
Oh, bro, I'm living a good life, bro. I can't
Yeah,
complain, man. Just
good.
thanking God for another day, man. Everything He's done for me this year has been good so far, man. Just thanking
Life,
God.
life is good, my brother. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? Shout out to my boy, man, Terry One. You know what I'm saying? He wrote and he directed the movie Cutthroat Texas. You know what I'm saying? Shout out to him, man. You know what I'm saying? Up and coming movie director, got a lot of movies coming out. So shout out to him, man. That's the homie for real, though. You know what I'm saying? He did it all on himself, by himself, no help or nothing like that or whatever. So
That's the one that had you being a snitch, huh?
he had me, he
You
had me
was
doing my
saying,
thing on
I
there.
know I'm busy, but I didn't miss so much. So much
Oh,
fun.
Hey,
yeah.
I want to play roles that like I wouldn't see myself in real life, or whatever.
Yeah.
So I
My
mean, it
boy,
was
hey,
cool.
they was trying to bash my boy, bro. They was like,
Hey man,
everybody was on Facebook taking it personal. Man, my boy just made it to Hollywood. You
I'm
know what I'm
like,
saying?
damn, bro, like, damn, it's a movie. You know what I'm
It's a
saying?
movie. It's nothing personal. It's just a movie.
Yeah, for
Shit.
sure. But you know what I'm saying? I appreciate him for even asking me to be in the movie
Yes,
and
sir.
like that. So that was dope and stuff like that and everything. But okay, shout out to Key Bean. She just dropping in and saying hello. Hey, appreciate you. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, for sure on everything. But man, let's get to what the show's about. Erica, also, do you wanna introduce what you're gonna like as far as like a new little thing, saying as
Oh,
far as the
cool.
show. So you want to tell the people
I
you
sure
say
can.
what
So, I've definitely enjoyed my time on the Kickback podcast. And what I like most is that we delve deep and we get on different topics, answer different questions. So I thought that I would introduce a new segment for the Kickback podcast called The Breakdown.
the breakdown.
So I know we sit here and we ask questions about general topics, but the breakdown is where each of us will personally answer a question specifically related to us, just so that everyone can kind of get to know us individually a little bit more better and a little bit more personally.
Okay, for sure. And that's what y'all gonna be hearing in midway through the show or whatever. I don't know what, that's the D Harvey. Shout out to D Harvey. That's the homie.
This Friday.
Oh,
This is Friday.
And that's what's up, man. Shout out to everybody that's tapping in right now. You know what I'm saying? I appreciate y'all tapping in or whatever. Y'all make sure y'all share this. And like I said, if y'all miss any part of it, y'all go and listen to it on Spotify, Apple Podcasts, YouTube, everything you can think of or imagine, it's on that or whatever. But yeah, and shout out to my boy Bear, man. But let's get to it, man. Also, you could call down the number below, like I said. But yeah, let's get to the show, and let's start off with what the show is, the topic is about. You know what I'm saying? One of the topics, but this is the main topic or whatever. But let's start off with, I mean, how do you properly heal from, I mean, a past relationship? Erica, what do you think? You know what I'm saying? What do you think? Like, what would help somebody heal and get past it, move on, and do their thing?
I think one of the things that we have to think about is what actually happened in that moment. It could be like infidelity, it could be physical abuse,
Ah,
mental abuse, verbal abuse. But I think the thing that we
okay,
have to sit here and think about is in the beginning, we're not going to feel as though we're going to recover from that relationship, only in the sense to where it's going to affect us in a way to where I think each person is going to think, what did I do wrong? Or why couldn't we fix it? Especially if you're a person that was really invested with them. Because you have people who've been people with for so many years. And then the relationship ends after like 7, 8 years, if that makes sense. So from there, I think the thing that you really have to do is try to first focus on what it is that really has you hurting about that relationship, and then delve in a little bit deeper, because 9 times out of 10, y'all know my biggest thing. I don't ever try to look surface level. I try to look deeper. And for me, I always think about what is the psychology of those two people before they enter the relationship. Like how
mm,
much self work did they do? How much personal trauma did they have before they walked into that relationship for them to come in? Or did they both come in with enough baggage and enough toxicity where it was doomed from the beginning?
so them not asking the proper questions into a relationship led to, like, saying some
Mhm.
trauma and some
Yeah.
toxic.
I feel like you have to be really intentional with someone before sexual intimacy comes into the
Mm,
picture. Because
facts.
that's the problem where we always end up falling short, is because that chemistry is so strong, but chemistry doesn't always equal longevity. You got to actually get to know that person first. And then you got to understand that with getting to know them, that's going to actually say, like, is this somebody I truly can see having children with? Because for me, one of the reasons why I'm single is if I'm dating someone, I'm like, this is not someone that I would want to influence or raise a son if I had one with them. That's
Yo,
the biggest influence.
before Ken jumps in, I want to give Ken some credit because Ken came on the show one time and he said that sex wasn't the main thing, or I'm wording it wrong, and Ken can correct me in a little bit. But people was bashing Ken because he said that sex shouldn't be like the importance of the relationship. That as far as like knowing that person and understanding who they is, that's what you really want to, you know, uh, that's what you want to get to know. Because like if you have sex with that person, then I mean you didn't already mission accomplished. Why do I need to know, what I'm saying, what do you like to do and this and that if I'm already getting the main thing from you, which is sex? You know what I'm saying? I'm already knocking you down constantly. Why do I need to get to know you? Why do I need to take it a step further? Because that man, he already then, he didn't already then got what he wanted. You know what I'm saying? And that's why a lot of females get heartbreaking because when you have sex that fast and you don't know who you're dealing with, then what I'm saying, it's a good chance that he's not trying to move further because he didn't already got what he wanted.
Exactly.
So
Yes,
Why
sir.
work for it when you already got it?
for sure.
Yeah.
And Ken, what was we talking about when you was on the show and you was talking about as far as sex wasn't? You remember what we was talking about?
Yeah, I remember what we was talking about. Basically, it was like, where do you rank, priorities as far as, I'm saying? Like when you list like sex number one, this and this and that. And a lot of people, the first thing say is sex is the most important thing in a relationship, like to keep a man. And I was like, no, I don't think that sex is the most important thing. I think it's more about the connection that you share with a person. Like, what I'm saying, connection and chemistry. Then you have sex. Like if you have sex with a person with no connection, no chemistry, at the end of the day, it's just like you say, I smashed it, I did that, I'm out, because that's not going to keep you when you start having problems. Like when I was younger, and like I said, and it took me, and the reason I was able to say that to you is because it was experiences through my own personal experiences. Once I was younger and I had started having sex, it was just like, oh shit, I go to the next one, I go to the next one, I go to the next one. But then when you got to the point where you had a real connection, you didn't even care about sex. It was like I enjoyed getting to know the person more. And then, like I said, whenever we did have sex, it made it that much more special.
Yeah.
Mhm.
And then versus just having sex, it's nothing I know about you. You find out something about a person, you may, what I'm saying, you start kicking it with them like, man, I don't like this, man. She may have bad hygiene, her breath may stink, or whatever. What I'm saying? Just certain little things like that,
Yeah.
I'm saying, could turn you off. But when you have a connection, those little things you can kind of work through. You're not gonna automatically look at that and just say, man, I don't want to be with her no more. when you have a connection, you're gonna be able to look past that surface level that Erica talked about. You're gonna be able to go a little bit deeper. That doesn't mean that that woman could be your wife if you just looking at it just for sex. You
Yeah.
got to get past them barriers. Like, you know what I'm saying? Once you start realizing, okay, man, we all got problems. We all got things that we go through that's we're not perfect. Nobody. But if you just judging it for sex and that's all you trying to get, like you say, mission accomplished, there's nothing else that's gonna keep you. There's
Yeah.
nothing that's gonna make it stick.
Man, when you mentally know that person, bro, you care for that person a little bit more. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? You understand, you understand that person, and you understand, like, man, I don't really want to hurt this person. They're nice, the personality's dope. They like the type of things I like. And
Mhm.
like you said, man, and when you do have sex, that's right there. That's what makes the love right there. That's what
It's
that
the
what
topper
makes
and
the
the cake. It's
combination.
like exactly.
Hey, I got one even better, and I learned this too, coming back in the day. Like when I had a good friend and we was really close, like good friends. We never had sex or nothing like that, but we just knew each other, bro. And the thing is, I never saw myself hurting her in any kind of way. To therefore, I thought about things before I done it. And I said, this is just my friend. What would happen if I gave this to my wife? What would it be like if I gave this to my girlfriend at that time?
Mhm.
Like we were so connected as a friend. We was connected, but we never had no type of physical intimacy. Never looked at each other that way, but we cared about each other to where I wouldn't hurt her, she wouldn't hurt me. We were just thinking about each other in a way that you supposed to think about your spouse, you supposed to think about your girlfriend. So I said, well, damn, if I would never hurt my friend, that's the type of relationship I need to have with my woman. She's my best friend. I would never want to hurt her. If you ain't friends with a person and you just dating her, then shit, you gonna hurt her. But if you really become friends with her and you have that relationship, you never gonna want to hurt her, bro. Never, because you'll never hurt your friend. That was my best friend at the time. I'm like, well, shit, if
Mhm.
I never hurt her, shit, I never want to hurt my woman. So I need to become best friends with my woman.
Yeah. I
So
mean,
I
that's
started thinking like that. I changed my thought of mind, how I was thinking.
yeah, true. And so as far as like properly healing, I think what a lot of people
I
like
didn't answer the
feel.
question. Go ahead, I get it too.
Nah, 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 nah. It's cool because I didn't either necessarily or whatever. You know how
Yeah,
we chop it up and we go.
yeah.
But
Yeah.
like as far as like properly healing, and I think what people fail to realize is if you go through a heartbreak, you know what I'm saying, and after a couple months, they start talking to other people. And they start,
Hmm.
the cycle starting. You ain't really healed. You know what I'm saying? Like
Exactly. You just getting
you
out there
you
with
think
the
like getting with
action.
the next person is healing, and it's really not. And then next thing you know, you're bringing the same issues that you had with that person or whatever. They cheat on you. Now you don't trust them, and you're bringing those same issues with this guy or this female, and you be like. And if they tell you something, be like, "Oh no, you was like, damn, and now it's affecting that relationship." And then it's just like it's just over and over. It's just the ongoing cycle because you haven't properly healed, and you're bringing those past failed relationships onto the next relationship, and then you might just run away that guy or that girl who actually cared for you, but they say, you know what, I'm not gonna deal with your baggage and
Right.
stuff like that. So
And, I'm gonna piggyback off you real quick because you said something that I was actually thinking. When you talk about baggage, everybody talks about you should unpack everything out your luggage when you come from a past relationship. Now, the thing about that is, I don't believe that you should totally unpack everything because
Right.
sometimes something may not have been wrong with you. Sometimes, you know what I'm saying, you got to identify what was the problem in that relationship or whatever. It's just like sometimes you may go on a vacation. All the clothes don't need to come with you. Certain things need to stay at home. Same thing when you come out of a relationship. Everything don't need to necessarily be starting over from scratch. You may have had some good things about you, some good qualities about you that you take with you. Don't just start completely over. You know what I'm saying? Just because that woman didn't appreciate this quality about you, don't mean throw it away. Some other woman might appreciate that
mhm.
quality. You know what I'm saying? So
Yeah,
sometimes
yeah, yeah.
people think that they was the problem and they change everything about them that made them who they are. And just because that woman didn't appreciate you, just say you may have been too nice. Oh, you too nice. You just too nice. And you make yourself now become something that God didn't make you. You know what I'm saying? Now you become to get to that point where you being ugly or mean, and that's not who God wanted you to be.
But Ken, what you said, like you hit the nail on the head. But I think with most people, when you go into a relationship,
Hmm.
the small things, honestly, what baggage they come from other relationships, sometimes is small. When I say small, small in comparison to what what baggage did you have from family trauma growing up? Like,
Okay.
what things did you see in the household between your parents that was normalized to you that's actually not normal? You get what I'm saying? Because like
I
when we're
get exactly
young,
what you're saying. I get.
we're brought up in our environment where we don't really realize how things are actually not normal until we get in a situation. Like me, the one thing I would say, I never do surface level because, honey, in the last few years, the reason why I'm at the point where I am in my life now is therapy. Because I thought certain things in my life were normal, and my therapist was like, no, this is not normal, it's not normal. And what we have to understand is like, how does this
Chill.
person not know? How can you not? How do you know? If I mean, how do you expect somebody to know if that's not what they were brought up in? You get what I'm
Hey,
saying? Like,
I get
not
exactly what you're
everybody is brought
saying.
up in the perfect. So you take somebody who hasn't done the self work to actually realize, to actually try to go through and realize, is this a healthy upbringing I've had in my childhood? And trust me, my childhood, far from it. Okay. But I did the work to be able to recognize it and be able to understand that me, at the end of the day, when I see something from someone, I don't think that it's anything geared towards me. It's a deflection of something that they've dealt with in their past life that they do not
Right.
have not yet acknowledged. So you're coming in with that, and then you're adding on in that bag. So that baggage, honey, throw a duffel bag on top of that.
Hey,
Throw a
does
couple
work
things on
does
top
work
of that.
equal accountability? When you said when you done the work, does that mean accountability?
Oh yes, accountability. Like when I go in, when I say when you done the work, there's a level of accountability, and you actually hold yourself
Shout
to a
out to
higher
Mo.
standard because you've done the work to actually sit there and face those demons that people don't want to look at. That's why most people don't want to actually sit down and have real conversations and look deeper within themselves or go to therapy. Because let's be real, if somebody actually brought stuff and made us think about the things that we actually dealt with, most people are not going to want to do that. They're not going to face those demons.
Who, Erica? I swear to God, man, if you could have heard the conversation I had earlier today, you're saying everything that me and my cousin talked about today. Me and my cousin had a deep conversation, man, just about family, talking about a lot of people don't want to look at themselves and realize, like, I mean, when you say like finance, well, not financial, family things that come up. What's the word I'm looking
Trauma,
for?
family trauma,
Not
generation
family, generational curses,
curses.
generational curses. That's
Yep.
what I'm saying. So actually, what it really is, it's like spirits that pass from one generation to another, and you're not, like I said, in the, I hate to go biblical, but in the Bible, God said called out that spirit, whatever type of spirit it is, whether it's a lying spirit, whether it's a jealousy spirit, whether it's the like little child, you know what I'm saying, all that type of stuff, pedophile spirit, whatever type of spirit it is, you have to
Right.
identify it first, call it out, and then from there, you know what I'm saying, you could begin to heal and ask God to remove whatever spirit that's been played that covering your family, because it passes down from generation to generation. You know what I'm saying? That's why so many people be like, man, boy, you just like your daddy. You know what I'm saying? You like, man, what you mean? Like certain things that whether your dad was a good person, bad person,
Right.
those generational curse is passed from child to child. And if you don't identify that, it'll keep going. So, a lot of times people be like, man, if you come from a situation where poverty, what I'm saying, we all grew up, what I'm saying, different, what I'm saying, different backgrounds, but I wasn't rich. I didn't have a silver spoon in my mouth.
Right.
Floyd, me and you kind of had the same upbringing. But I'm saying, what I'm saying, we looking back at like our parents and stuff, their parents, it was a generational curse and somebody had to break it. Somebody had to break the trend. And then, what I'm saying, you saying, well, damn, well, if my life turned out like this, why such and such didn't turn out? It could be your cousin, it could be whoever. They
Yes.
didn't identify the problem. They didn't call out that spirits that were plaguing over the family. Somebody got to
Mm,
break it. Somebody got to say, you know what,
talk
man,
to 'em.
this, yeah, somebody got to call it out. And
Yeah.
that's the problem. Nobody calls out because nobody want to look at themselves
And
and
it's
say, hey,
happening.
I got a
And
problem.
let me say something right quick. This is
Yeah.
one of the dopest podcasts out right now, in my opinion, because of the conversations that we are having. And a lot of people on Facebook, 2, 3 days from now, are gonna post something sad or whatever. They're going through something. I'm like, dang, we just talked about this.
Yeah.
So if y'all can, if you could, please, can y'all save us the work? Can y'all share this show? So that way, your friend who's going through certain things, or your family member, or your cousin who's going through certain things, they could watch this, they could chop it up, and then they could be like, you know what I'm saying? Okay, all right, I feel that, I understand that. I am not the only person that feels this way. All right. So can y'all do that for a second or whatever?
Hey,
My bad, Ken. I just had to
no,
say
you
that.
good, bro. We home team, man. That's what I want to say.
Man.
Also, to piggyback on what you say, man. We Beaumont. We all from Beaumont. I mean, I like to see my city doing good, but a lot of times what I end up seeing is some of the same things that just go what my family go through. I see a lot of other families go through, and what I'm saying, I'm not no better than anybody. I went through some of the same things that most go through. But the thing is, how do you overcome it? How do you get past it? And it's
Right.
like you say, like Erica talk about like the traumas and stuff like that. We've all went through that. It's just learning how to overcome it. And if you don't call it out, and if you don't, attack that spirit head on, then we will continue to be in this same situation where that spirit takes over. It goes from one generation to the next, one child to the next, one parent to the next. Even parents, they haven't recognized that, you got parents still doing the same thing that they've been doing from since they was 20,
Right.
haven't learned yet nothing different because they continue to do the same thing. The child parent relationship is damaged, broken homes, all of this. And we wondering like, damn, man, we got to do better. And
Right.
it starts right now. Like, what I'm saying, the Bible says the devil come to kill, steal, and destroy. Most families are destroyed because, like I said, the devil has entered in and nobody's casting him out. But, I'm not going to go on my soapbox about that, but I'm just saying we honestly have to be real with ourselves. The devil is winning because there's a lot of broken families right now in Beaumont, across the world, that is letting the devil win.
Yeah, and I think and what Erica was saying, I think it's a accountability, and I think, man, you can't be selfish. You got to understand, like, sometimes you gotta sacrifice yourself so your kids can have that, upbringing that you want. And a lot of people, I'm not trying to speak for them, but I don't see that sacrifice. I don't. I see a lot of talk, but the cycle is constantly repeating itself. So why is the cycle constantly repeating itself from generation to generation? Because nobody wants to go on that line and break the generational curse. You know what I'm
Right.
saying? Like you said,
Exactly.
growing up in poverty. Do you want your kids to grow up in poverty? Then you have to be you have to sacrifice. You gonna have to do some sacrificing.
You know
You know what
what?
I'm
You
saying?
know what
Are
it
you
is,
willing to
bro?
sacrifice?
Everybody thinks somebody owe them something. Like nobody owe you anything.
Ain't
You're gonna
nobody
have
owe
to
you
grind it.
nothing.
That part.
Mm.
That part.
Ain't nobody
Nobody
owe
owe
you
you.
nothing.
That part.
And support. You sometimes you gonna have to do it without support. You
I
know what I'm
mean,
saying? Like
and
everybody's
one
not gonna
thing. Go ahead,
go
go ahead,
ahead,
bro.
Ken.
No, I said one thing that we got it bad is like I said, you see somebody else and you think that you should have it, but you don't know what that person did to get it. Like I mean, here it is. Like I say, they don't know Floyd working 14 hours straight or 14 days straight. I mean, not 14 hours, 14 days straight. But
21.
21 days straight. Everybody not gonna do that. Everybody not gonna want to do that. So therefore, if you're not willing to put the time in, don't be well, man. That nigga, don't be with that jealousy stuff because
Yeah.
everybody's not putting in that same work. Like I said, it takes a lot of effort to get up every morning, every day to do the same job for 20, 30 years. And a
Yeah.
lot of youngsters is not doing it. They want the easy route. They
Right.
want to get up and but my thing is if you go stand on the corner, why can't you go stand and punch somebody clock? You go stand on the corner not making no money, trying to wait on the dime sack or whatever, you know what I'm saying, hanging with your homeboys, and you're gonna be in the same position 20, 30 years from now.
But you
I
know
don't
what,
understand
Ken?
that.
And then when they get in their late 30s and their 40s, then they go start realizing, like, look, I gotta get this job. I
Time didn't
got
pass you by.
I got to get some benefits. My kid, I got to get some dental insurance for my kid. My kid need glasses. I need some eye insurance for my kid. I got to pay $300 for some frames when the insurance would have covered it. So now you thinking, and the people you was calling lame 10, 15 years ago
Years
that was
ago, yeah.
working doing it, now you realize, okay, damn, man, let me work and let me do this or whatever. When that person you was calling lame or them people that you didn't want to mess with, they've been on that. You know what I'm saying? They've been doing them sacrifices. And sometimes the people do sacrifices late, and then, you know what I'm saying? Hey, to each his own or whatever and stuff like that. And like you say, man, if you want the best for your kids, then you're gonna have to make some sacrifices. I
Got
know,
to,
I
got
know
to.
we didn't got way past the how do you properly heal, but that's just how our conversations be going, bro. You know what I'm
Well,
saying?
hey. I mean, I'm gonna give my answer. We can go to the next question.
Okay, all
As
right, go
far as
ahead.
what I'm saying, how you probably heal from a relationship. Erica covered a lot of it. You know what I'm saying,
Mhm.
dealing with the past traumas. I mean, I think I answered it. I just think that most of the time that you just got to unpack some of that stuff. Don't have to, but be able to differentiate what you need to keep and what you need to throw away. You can't take everything with you, but you know what I'm saying. You definitely got to leave some stuff behind.
Yeah, yeah. Somebody said that, and I thought that was a good point too. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, you can't take everything with you, but you gotta leave some stuff behind. So, let's move
I'll
on.
leave everything behind. Okay, that's
You
crazy.
leave. Oh, you dump it all behind memories and everything.
Experiences too.
I'm creating my own family legacy.
Okay, all right, that's what's up. Okay,
Okay.
okay. So hey,
That's
let's.
crazy.
Okay, I don't know. Okay, so how do you help your partner if they're struggling with depression? Okay, you know what I'm saying. I got this from this was a comment somebody inboxed me a few weeks
Okay.
ago. Somebody
Y'all
inboxed
want
me.
me to go first? Because I'm active in therapy and I always
Okay,
say,
yeah,
Yes,
go
yes.
ahead,
Go
go
ahead,
ahead, go
please.
okay.
ahead.
Go
Yeah.
ahead.
So in this situation, the first thing you have to understand when your partner is going through a depression, you can be very intentional. But if they don't want to help themselves get better, you need to find a way to make peace with the fact that that might not happen. You might not be able to help them with that struggle because they're the ones that's physically going through it. That's the first thing I want to say. Secondly, what you can do, sometimes it's not like, okay, it's as simple as saying, what can I do to help you? Like, how, what can I do to help you, feel better?
Mm,
Doing little things of uplifting them, trying to be a positive reinforcement for them. Like for me, my friends know if I know they're going through it, I'm sending them affirmations, I'm sending them gratitude journals, I'm sending them inspirational videos. Like I'm just throwing it up on them because they know that's how I am in general. But
okay.
Right.
sometimes if my partner, not my partner, but if my partner were in a situation where they were really struggling and they say, well, what I need right now is just time, I'm gonna give them that time. I'm gonna give them that space, and I'm gonna allow them to like reconnect when they're ready. But at the same time, I'm gonna make sure that they don't check out. So the easiest way to help them through something is to first ask them, what is it that I can do to help you? Because not everybody wants to be helped. They want to live, quote unquote, in their misery. And then you have to be at peace with that and figure out a solution if that's not the case. And then, secondly, little things to give them positive reinforcements to remind them that at the end of the day, they are loved, they are supported, and they're not in it alone. And that they have to feel vulnerable. Because I'm going to be very transparent. Like I was having this conversation with one of my homeboys the other day, especially in the black community, especially with black men. I feel like this is a real issue because they do not feel like they have a safe space to be able to open and express themselves with their partner specifically. And we as women have to understand that when that man is coming to us, if he has an emotional moment, he's not weak. If he don't cry, that's an issue. If he doesn't have some emotional connection to
Hmm.
anything, that's an issue. And sometimes they just want to cry. They want to be able to sit there and communicate and then be able to express to you what they're going through. But if there's even that little concern of coming back and you throwing it in their face down the line, they're never going to open up to you.
And that's the thing, you know what I'm saying? Because
You
most
got to
guys, we
create the
don't,
safe
we
space.
they not finna cry in front of
Right.
a female that technically they might not even trust her.
Right.
So you're
Right.
not finna cry in front of somebody you don't trust, and then they're gonna use that. They're gonna go into their group chats. Girl, this man was on this phone. He was crying in front of me and all that, talking about his issues and all that. And that's the thing. A lot of us men, we don't have that circle strong enough that we can go and cry to and talk about what we going through. A lot of men don't have that. You know what I'm saying? It just be
Mhm.
bottled up inside or whatever. To be honest with you, it's unfortunate, and I could think of the few times that I cried. One of them was around with my mom, you know what I'm saying? Like, mom, and that was a long time ago, you know what I'm saying? And my mom was there, you know what I'm saying? I forgot what it was about or whatever. I think I know what it was about, but still, my mom was there or whatever. And my wife, you know what I'm saying? I cry in front of her or whatever, you know what I'm saying? Or whatever. But a lot of people don't have that. They don't have nobody to talk, especially not no homeboys.
And
They're
your
not finna
safe
cry in
space.
front of their homeboys.
If you're not that safe space, it's just not gonna happen. Even if you say I'm a safe space and you try to show it, like that's why I say in the beginning of a relationship, having that, doing that consistent building, that consistent bonding, building that consistent trust. So when those moments happen, if they're like, oh, I messed up or oh, I'm going through this, they'll have that. But if you've done little things in the relationship, this is what you gotta understand. Because usually sometimes when they, especially when they hit depression, this has been an accumulation of events, accumulation of things have happened where they've even gotten to this point. So if you've done things along the way where it's like, oh dang, now I need to really be patient and be attentive to him, no offense, it's almost sometimes a little too late because before you got to that point, before he even got to that point, or she even got to that point, I'm not gonna say just with men, you didn't give them that safe space to begin with to get them to this point, because there's a lot of things that would have been prevented to getting into depression, so to speak, if they knew that you were somebody they could rely on to begin with. So that's another thing to know.
Yeah, and one thing, if my partner was going through depression, if I couldn't help them, then I would go to therapy with them. I'd be like, let's go to therapy together.
I'll,
I will go with you. You don't, nah, I'm not finna.
I'll sit in the hallway, whatever
Yeah,
you need.
I'll sit in. Yeah, the hallway. I go in there with you. I'll hold your hand. Whatever
Yeah.
it takes. I'll take you. We could go walking. We could go exercising. Whatever we're gonna do, we're gonna do this together. You're not alone with this. You know what I'm saying? If you're depressed, I'm depressed. So let's both get up out this rut and get up out this situation. So whatever we can do, we can grow and learn from this or whatever. So I think you just can't you can't just suggest things for them. You gotta be there for them. You know what I'm saying? You gotta show up. You gotta knock on their door. You gotta make sure they okay, so that person gonna be like, man, this person really care about me. This person, to the fact that you might be annoying them, like, okay, all right, bro, all right, yeah, 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 or how it is or whatever. So I think and a lot of us, we fear therapy. We talk down on therapy. We like, oh, you going to a therapist? Like, it's still kind of new, and it's kind of weird in a way for the black community to, as far as embracing, like, saying therapy and stuff like that. I think we're coming around, we're getting to it, it's being more talked about. You know what I'm saying? But as far as it's just still a little like therapy, a therapist, like, because a lot of people don't even know how to, like, reach out and find a therapist as far as what they're going through and stuff like that. So, and like you say, it's just accountability and it's doing the work. So you got to go find that therapist. You got to look for the right one. Then you got to see if you're comfortable and all that type of things. And I think a lot of people, they don't want to put in that work as far as going through therapy and getting a therapist. And I know a therapist. If y'all know, if y'all want a therapist, I have a couple of dope therapists. They be on the show. One of them is on the show a lot or whatever. And if y'all want to know, just inbox me and I'll let you know who she is. And she's very dope. So y'all good? Y'all good with that? Y'all want to move on? Y'all straight?
No, I
He
mean,
did
yeah.
it. Yeah.
Basically, I mean, y'all hit it out the park on this one, man. But I think basically just being, giving her reassurance that you're there, that you're not going anywhere, making sure that she basically have to trust you. So letting her be vulnerable. So she may want to cry, she may want to tell you one of her deepest secrets. Just letting her know that she's safe with you, that she can tell you anything. Like you're saying, sometimes you may have to take the action of, hey, do you need to be proactive with certain things? Do you need me to do this for you? Do you need me to do that? And just being there is half the battle. If you just there, showing up, what I'm saying, hey baby, what I'm saying, don't just make it seem as if she's going through it by herself. Let her know that I'm here with you. Every day you come in from work, just paying attention. I mean, what I'm saying, to the little things. Because sometimes she may not tell you. She may be just like us, bro. Well, we don't want to say anything. I'm good. I'm good. So just paying attention to knowing her. You knowing when she's not herself. You knowing when she's down. Paying attention to her moods. I think so. I didn't hear neither of us saying paying attention. So I'll just say just paying attention to her, letting her
Uh,
know that you're paying attention to her. To her moods, just to her day to day.
Erica, you got that
Yeah.
question?
Yeah. So Danielle said, Erica, has therapy actually worked for you? I believe it works, but so many people say it was pointless for them. Danielle, I'm gonna be very honest with you. When you go to therapy, you got to be willing to look and face the demons and be willing to acknowledge the ugly things about.
Hmm.
If
Mm,
you're not willing to do that
mm.
self work, if you're not willing to call yourself out, tear yourself down,
Yes,
and
sir.
acknowledge part of what you were as a person before you came through, like my issues, no offense, came from the women in my family, so to speak, and certain men, so to speak. But for the most part, I had to take a step back and look at how the women in my family, how they were before me, and I had to be intentional. Because the one thing that I've learned more so than anything in this world is what I don't want to be like when it comes to my family.
Mm-hmm.
Not a, and a few things of what I do want to be. So to me, that was a battle I had with myself because I didn't have enough consistent positive examples of a healthy relationship or a healthy marriage. And for me, because of things that I saw, I honestly thought that I would have been the person to do the same thing to my future partner, realizing that that's not even me at all. That's not my nature. That's something somebody else did. That has nothing to do with me. But if you are truly wanting to fix it, you have to be intentional and you have to do the work. I promise you, you will feel so much better for it. And when you have those conversations about boundary, because you're being intentional. And of course, I'm gonna say it with God, my first almost. He is my first husband, will always be at the end of the day. If you put those intentions and put those focuses in your life, I promise you, it's not worth it. It's only pointless if they don't want to do the self. If they don't want to do the self work, and even with relationships, what I was gonna say is when people get in these relationships, and you see somebody might need therapy, and that's what's made it harder for me dating, is because I'm very intentional about how I communicate with my partners. If I sense something that's giving me an idea of that person might have some unresolved issues that he hadn't addressed with himself, to me it's like, if you're not going to do the work for me, how am I going to expect you to do the work in the long, excuse me, if you're not going to do the work for yourself, how am I actually going to expect you to do the work in the long run for a relationship, let alone children or anything else? I am
Mm.
extremely intentional, because
Hey,
therapy is ugly, but it's needed. It's needed.
Erica, can I add something to that, sister?
Yeah. Go
And
ahead. Go ahead.
Okay.
Kiki.
Can I add something? I mean, you've been knocking out the park tonight, man. I don't know what you've been drinking,
She's
but
back.
she's back, man.
I
I
got
just
some
want
rest. Work been
to.
kicking my butt, but I didn't
I just
slept.
want to
Shout
say, dealing with that therapy stuff, I mean, we can't control what was put in us as a child, but we can control what's taken out of us as an adult. So a lot of times as a kid, you can't control what you was around, what environment. But when you become older and you start to get wiser, you can control, hey, you know what? I need to take this out of me. This is not right. You're able to identify those things. But like Erica say, if you're not willing to face those demons, and it's going back to what I said, we all know difference from right from wrong. You all know if you got a bad temper. You all know if you're jealous or not, a jealous spirit. That's not something that, you know what I'm saying? Some people just in denial, but we all know, we can all see it. If
Mm-hmm.
you go around and you get into it with everybody, all your friends, all your family members, and you looking like, oh, something wrong with them. Nah, something wrong with
Entitlement.
you. Yeah, you didn't, you missing it. It's never you, it's everybody else.
Yeah, hey, hey, Kiki, or my bad if I said it wrong. Miss Reed, she called in one time though. Shout
Yeah.
out to her. And but if you missed it, like I said, you could check this out on YouTube. You know what I'm saying? When we finish, you could watch the replay on Facebook, or you could listen to it on Spotify, Apple Podcasts, iHeartRadio, and such and such. And Erica might be mad at me for this, but Erica is, she's going, y'all want to voice y'all opinions, or y'all want to write something in. Erica gonna be starting something real soon where y'all can tap in and get it, you know what I'm saying, if you want to, chop it up with sis or whatever. So she working on something pretty soon, y'all, you know what I'm saying, is our love over here. So be on the lookout for that. We go keep pushing her to the point that she gonna drop it on y'all
I'm
sooner or
trying to,
later and
got a lot of
whatever.
iron. I got a lot of irons in the fire. That's the only thing. So I'm trying to balance, and I still got my
Ah,
whole
for
business. I
sure.
still got my other businesses in addition.
For sure. Hey, okay. So, hey, y'all, you want to do the breakdown? What's this breakdown? I'm interested. I'm ready for this breakdown. We 30 some
Actually,
minutes in.
Okay,
okay,
okay, y'all
okay,
ready for
that's
the
right.
breakdown? Okay, I'm excited. Okay, so for the breakdown, for this part of the show, for this segment, this is
Okay.
going to give us a chance to like kind of get to know one another. This is fairly new, so I feel like I'm coming in with a little bit of like safe questions tonight.
The safe
Um,
questions. Okay. All
Safe
right. Cool.
questions, because as we start to do this, I'm gonna get a little heated. I'm testing the waters, but we're gonna start off safe. So
Okay.
for this part of the segment is called the breakdown.
Mm.
So what we'll do is we're going to start with Floyd first. So, again, for those of you who just might have tuned in a little bit later, a part of the breakdown is allowing each of us to be able to answer a question more personally related to ourselves, where we're able to connect with you a little bit more, so you can get to know our personalities outside of the general questions that we answer. Okay.
All right. That's what's up.
So,
What's up, at?
all right. So, Floyd, for you first, um, how do you show your wife appreciation? And how
Um,
important is that to you?
well, as far as appreciation is very important. Sometimes, like as far as communicating, um, we talk about and we discuss that, and sometimes we got to get reminded. Sometimes us guys, we get complacent and stuff, we get a little comfortable, and having those conversations, it makes me want to do things like, as far as appreciation, like, I don't want to harp into our business, but one time, I made us some bath water, and had the fruit sitting out there, and the candles, and the and the champagne and stuff like that, and you know what I'm saying, and rub their feet and have good conversations. And sometimes you just have to be thoughtful and you have to think about your partner and you have to think about like what would it be and without that person, you know what I'm saying, and how would your life be? And you know what I'm saying, with my wife, she helped me become the person who I am, as far as like being a man, as far as taking care of responsibilities, as far as getting a bank account, as far as, what I'm saying, carrying a wallet, you know what I'm saying? Like, because we've been together for a long time. So
Hey,
she helped me become a better man. So, you know what I'm saying? As far as the appreciation, it goes long. I don't, how people say, when you thank God and you can't thank him enough, you know what I'm saying? And I feel like that's how it is with my wife. I can't thank her enough for, you know what I'm saying, for what she provided for me and the support. So I have no choice but to show my appreciation. And I don't think it's a
Oh, he
yo,
coming.
what's up, Ken?
He coming back. I think
I'm
he's
back.
Okay,
I'm back. I was
okay,
making sure you
okay,
had a little
you
echo.
what? What you were
okay,
saying?
okay. My bad. But
No,
you know what I'm saying, appreciation, it's just something that I have to, you know what I'm saying. And now that I have a daughter and my daughter gets a little jealous too. So if I bring my wife some flowers, I gotta bring my daughter some. You know what I'm saying?
I'm so proud of
I,
you.
I can't do one without the other. You know what I'm saying?
I'm
If I
so
buy
proud
my wife something, I have to buy my daughter something. You know what I'm saying? Because it's appreciation of both of them. Because I appreciate her for having my daughter. So it's an appreciation of both of them. You know what I'm saying?
of you.
So,
Yeah, fact.
Happy life, happy wife.
yeah, for sure. And happy daughter too. You know what I'm saying? I
Yes.
gotta make both of them right. So as
Happy
far as
daughter of
showing
the father.
appreciation, it's just installed in me to make that happen because I probably wouldn't even be doing this podcast if it wasn't for her and if it wasn't for the support and if it wasn't for the investment, you know what I'm saying, I spent on some of this equipment because she'd be like, you spending money on that? No, 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 no. You know what I'm
Yes,
saying?
sir.
And so, shout out to her,
Mhm.
shout out to my wife, Koyashi, you know what I'm saying, Q, you know what I'm saying? I appreciate you for sure.
Okay, that was nice. All
That was
right.
nice, bro. I heard everything, man. Even though I don't know what happened. I didn't want you to have the echo, so I had to
It's all
kind of.
good, my brother.
But it was nice.
So now Ken,
Yeah.
I changed up a little bit because you know me, I'm very intentional with my questions without being intentional. So for
Let me
you
change it up.
specifically, the one thing I've always known, like just a little context, me and Ken go back since high school. He was at
Mm.
Central, I was at Ozan.
Oh
Okay.
man.
So, but we always been cool with the color line and everything. We always been ace boon coons, okay? Even when I had my little rinky dinky car driving out to Houston for his little fashion shows, trying to be a little fake model, I was always there for my boy.
A little fake
So,
model.
you know what I'm saying?
Okay.
So, Ken, reason why I wanted to ask you this question, because I think it's a very important, intentional question for today's society. Because, like you, as a father, you have sons and you have daughters. So, like, with today's progressive society, and then you being a father of like, having to like instill values in not only a young man one day, but a young woman, how do you navigate that through today's progressive society? Like, because back then we had like traditional roles of what the man does and what the woman does, so to speak. But you're in a different time now. How do you instill those values between your sons and your daughters on, how they should be a productive part of society, and also like how they should view themselves like within in their future relationships, like their roles in today's time?
Okay. Well, that's
Good
a
question.
two-part question. That's a good question. And it's
Yeah.
deep too. For my daughters, I would say, I mean, I try to set the example to show them how a man is supposed to treat them through how I treat their mother. And for my daughters that's not in the house, I mean, I always try to remain respectful of their mothers, no matter what the situation may have been. Whether we get along or don't get along, I've always tried to maintain a good relationship. I mean, and sometimes at the beginning, it wasn't always easy, but I've never talked bad about any of their mothers. And a lot of times I've taken a lot of blame to place the shoulders on my, like, accountability, just put it on my shoulders to let my daughter know, it's not their fault, it's my fault. You know what I'm saying? I wasn't mature enough to handle certain things. So before I place blame on the mothers, I'm gonna take the blame myself.
Okay.
Um, and as far as, I'm saying, just teaching, and I don't really change for times. I stay true to my morals, values, and principles. And a lot of
Mhm.
times, the things that a lot of people do is they'll let their children do things. Oh, that's just the way the world going today. I just try to stay true to my morals, my values, my principles, what make me me. I mean, I don't go with the wind blows. I don't change with the way the world goes today because some of the morals from yesterday are still true and remain true today. So, just because time changed doesn't mean you have to change. If it's right, it's right. If it's wrong, it's wrong. So like I said, my daughter, I mean, I just try to just show her, respect yourself as a woman. I'm not a woman. I can't teach you how to be a woman, but all I can tell you, carry yourself. And I always tell her, your name is the most important thing. Carry
Mhm.
yourself well, and people will respect you. Don't damage your name, because that's the most important thing you own. If they say your name and, oh, that girl this or that girl that, then they're gonna start labeling you something that's hard to get off you.
Mm,
So I'll
mm,
now shift to my
like
my my
that.
my sons. Um, my sons, I have to, and oh, I'm sorry, I'm gonna say this to sons and daughters. Sometimes I have to just listen, because there's things that I can learn from them.
Mhm.
You
Yeah,
know
Mhm.
what I'm saying? A lot of parents don't listen to their children. And oh,
facts.
you're gonna do what I say, and this and this and that. And sometimes I have to open up my ears and understand what it is that they want from me as a father. You know
Man, I
what I'm
love
saying?
that, bro.
And you mean
And
more of a conversation versus a you listen to me because I'm your father, right?
right,
Oh,
conversation. Just also, you know what I'm saying, I'm not always right. And the thing is, you know what I'm saying, Dad, you don't ever listen to me, Dad. You need to, it's not about always
mhm.
you. Sometimes what I think you should do, what I want you to do. Sometimes I need to listen to my daughter or my son and say, Dad, well, I'm not really want to do this because of this. I want to focus on my books, Dad. I don't want to run track. Sometimes you got to listen, because I came up in a generation where my dad, some things I didn't want to do, but shit, he made me do it because he wanted me to do it. It's like he
Yeah,
tried to, a lot of times our parents try to live their dreams through your children.
yeah,
I didn't ever want to force my children to do anything. Like I said, I don't want to force them to play football. I don't want to force them to play basketball. Whatever they tell me they want to do, I'm gonna support them. I mean, now if you come to me and you tell me, hey, I want to run track, my thing is, if you do it, you're not gonna quit.
yeah.
Because you're not gonna come to me and tell me you want to do something and quit midway. I don't care
Yeah.
how hard it gets, you're
Uh-huh.
gonna finish.
Mhm.
That's my rule, and that's something my father instilled in me. Now, but as far as pushing them to do something they don't want to do, that's not gonna be me. I'm not gonna
Mm.
make you do something because I want you to do it.
Yeah, he
So
want to play. You want him to play football, so you gonna throw him in. You
I'm
know
gonna
what
throw
I'm
him in, but he
saying?
don't want
Yeah,
to do that. So he's not gonna put his all into it because he doesn't want to do that. So
exactly.
and the main thing, like I try to teach my children, like I've never been, and this may be a little bit hard. I've never been one that wanted my children to listen to all that crazy music, rap music, and this and that. So and a lot of times, me and my son's mother, we would get into it about this all the time. Like, well, Kenny, you can't dictate everything about them. I can't. You listen to it when you was younger. You know what I'm saying? And I just know that it. How can I say this? The
You learned
fastest.
from when you were younger. You learned
Yeah,
from
yeah, but I'm saying the fastest way that the devil could enter your child's, system is through music. And I'm talking about influence. Like, people be like, well, music can't influence children. That's a lie. Music can influence a
it.
lot of these children. A lot of these children ain't never look at John Morant. Look at all these different people that we have. People, that kid wasn't like that.
Mm-mm.
That dude
He
wasn't
wasn't close to like that.
he
Nah.
wasn't like that. But you get around people and they start to influence you. And next thing you know, the certain music you listen to, now you think you hard, you think you a gangbanger. I mean, so therefore you got to start to know at a young age what's good and what's not. So I mean, I just try to keep it honest with my children. So
Mhm.
Erica, I hope that answered your question. And you know what I'm saying, I'm not going to be their friend. I just try to be a lead by example.
Okay.
For
Okay.
sure, man. Hey, you talking about you was going light? I don't know if that was light. You know what I'm
Yeah, I
saying?
hope
I
it
hate
was.
to,
I
dang,
thought
I
that
hate to
was
see,
light. I
I
thought
hate
that
to
was
see the
light. Okay.
heavies. You know what I'm saying?
Okay. Well, good. Okay. So, for the record, Ken picked my question because he know me best, and me and him in this group chat between me and him and Floyd, we be going whoo, and I be like, I'm not about to go in on these questions, not via message, because if you read these messages, you're gonna think I'm going in. I'm literally just sitting over here chilling, having a glass of wine, basically. So Ken picked my question.
Oh,
So
okay.
the question that Ken had for me was, does part of your singleness have to do with your independence or adapted mindset of men? That was my question for me. So I will say my singleness does not have to do with my independence. I will admit my independence gives me the comfort of not feeling pressure from society standards because I am independent of society standard way of thinking. I'm independent financially. And as far as like adapted mindset of men, I wouldn't say a adapted mindset of men. I would think that for the most part, I am currently single because I'm intentional with who I want to be with. The work that I've put in for myself personally, I want that same man to do the same work. The relationship that I have with God, I want that man to have the same relationship with God, if that makes sense. I'm not saying we have to go to church every Sunday. I don't go to church every Sunday. My church is Elevation. I watch it online faithfully in extra clips, so to speak. But for me, I'm single because when I get into entertaining a gentleman, because trust me, I'm not short. I'm not short of suitors that try to come through. I'm not short. I'm gonna be honest with you. And I'm
Okay,
well younger.
for sure.
I'm way older than what I appear to be. So thank the Lord for genetics and
Mhm.
melanin. But in this situation, I'm very intentional with the fact that I'm comfortable that if God wants me to have a husband, he's going to make sure I have a husband. If he wants me to have children, he's going to make sure I have them. I don't work on a timeline. I work on intention, on the connectivity that I have with that person. And I want to make sure that we are actually equally yoked when we have conversations,
Equally
that
yoked.
we're on the same page, that we respect the fact that he is his own individual person. I am my own individual person, and we are coming together to create a union. There is compromise, but there is never sacrifice, if that makes sense, because you are together. We work as a team. And then oftentimes that I and me as a single woman I've encountered is they want me barefoot and pregnant. That's not going to happen. I love my career and I'm about legacy and building my businesses. I'm not going to give that up. And my thing is, how can we grow together in the situation versus having him at the end of the day think that he has to be the primary provider? You can be the primary provider. You can be the king. You can be on top of the throne. I respect what the Bible says, which says God, man, woman, then family. I respect all those aspects. But when we come into this situation, you've done the personal, internal work before we can go to that next step. And
Mm.
that's why I'm single. Because at the end of the day, I'm going to be honest with you, dating has gotten worse in today's society because everything is about instant gratification, about quick quick satisfaction. And it's just like everyone wants to get into like, oh, you beautiful, I think we would have good kids, but I need to know you. I don't even know if I want to have kids with you. I need to know substance versus something that's superficial. So
Mm.
for me, at the end of the day, it doesn't have anything to do. Like to me, if I wanted to be married, I would have been married. But I'm intentional, and because of the
They
fact
loving
that,
Erica right now.
That's what I was about to say,
and
dog.
because
They
of the
loving
fact
Erica
that
right
I
now.
assumed the role of taking care of family at such a
Oh,
young
shit.
age, getting my sister through college, and I have my brother here in the States, I'm comfortable. I've been through all the trials and tribulations at
Oh,
the end
shit.
of the day. So it's like when it's, and I understand, like you said it too, Ken, on the fact when he was making fun of me about the fact of how I date a while, he was like, I'm just very intentional. I'm not going to sit there and entertain any person because I want
Hey,
to make sure that we're on the same
I'm
page.
not gonna tell our group chat, but you was going on a particular thing, and Kim was like, "Oh, you going?" He said you was going golfing.
Well,
Kim say
wait, hold on.
when
What part?
Kim
'Cause
said
it
you was
was,
going golfing, he said, "Oh, you going?" I ain't gonna say
oh,
what he's talking
yeah,
about.
no, when we was going golfing, he was like, oh, you going, okay, you going with a European man. I wasn't going with a European
I
man.
didn't want to
I
say
own
that.
my own
I
golf
didn't want to say
club.
that.
And I thought it was a good fun time. And yes, I've dated European men. I don't see color. I see connection. I see genuine. I see soul. I don't see color.
Oh,
Was he
gee.
European?
No, it was actually a group of friends, and then we got
Okay.
crawfish afterwards. I have golf clubs and have never used them, so I was like, "Let's go!" And then the marshal.
Who told you about them golf clubs?
What
Was
you
it
mean? Here's my
Tigers?
A
story.
European.
Here's my stories. We was
A
we was
European
out. We
told
was
me.
out in city center the Sunday
She
before
not
we.
gonna tell the truth. Erica, tell the truth. Who told you
Tell
about
the
them
truth.
golf clubs?
So me and my girlfriend were out at city center the prior weekend, and we were just in here talking. Ran into one of my friends.
Mm-hmm.
I say a
You
friend
listen.
of
A
friends.
European.
Were there with their cousins? No, first off, it was 4 black people
Oh,
who was on the golf course. Okay,
Oh.
when
no.
we all went, when it was 4 of us.
Must
We all
must be
had fun.
Tiger's cousin. You must be
No,
appendicitis.
none of us had game. None of us had game. None of us had game. And that Marshall was on us, okay? And he actually got proud by whole four that he did not actually have to make sure we were speeding up. But I was like, we was like, we ain't got nothing to do. We not trying to go out to no club. We don't do anything crazy. Let's go golf and go get crawfish afterwards. And yeah, but no, I said
Crawfish.
if it was an attractive European man at the golf course too, and there's a connection, I'd exchange numbers and go have a
Okay,
couple of
okay.
glasses of wine.
You know,
But
That's
be
what's
home
up.
before 9. But be home before 9:30. I'd be fine with
Okay.
that.
Okay. Hey, let's tap in for a few more topics
Yeah,
before we get
let's
out of
go.
here, man.
Let's
You
go,
know what
man.
I'm
Let's
saying?
that
do the
was
thing.
different.
And one of the topics was getting a little crazy in the group chat. It was getting
Oh my god, I
it's
know
getting a
it.
Uh,
little wild,
I'm
man.
so
shit, I
excited.
think
And I worded it so it can create something. I said a full course meal, but
that's a little bit.
we didn't say full course. We wasn't particularly talking about a full course meal, but should a man come home to a full course meal? I said if you've been home all day, but if that female been home all
No
day,
more days. Yeah, that's a better word. I
Okay,
mean, we got to give it some legs though. But I like the question. We got to give it some legs.
you want to give it some
okay,
context before
Give
I
us,
go
yeah,
in?
give us, yeah, definitely, Erica. We got to build
So
the situation.
so Ken shared something, and with me, Ken, he knows I've become Professor Collins with him on his post. I want him to think his
But it
thoughts.
wasn't my post. Remember that. But go ahead.
But it wasn't his post, so I apologize. I stood corrected. So, and the post was basically first it said men tape in, so I could not get past the fact that it said men tape in, but really it was supposed to be men tap in. And from there, it was like if you come home, unknown caller.
uh oh,
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 that's good.
hold on.
hold on, damn, somebody
Okay,
called.
hey,
We
what's
got a
going
caller.
on? What's going on?
Hey, do we got a
To
caller?
accept, press 1. To
Hold
send a
on, hold on,
voicemail, press
hold,
2.
hold on. My bad, caller. Hey, caller.
Hey, Floyd.
Yeah, yeah. What's up, man? This the kickback, man. What it do?
Watch the loot y'all for this topic like it's real touchy feely.
Okay, hey, you echoing in the background, so cut down like I guess you forgot the podcast in the background.
Okay, like, how about now?
Okay,
Okay,
you
yeah,
good?
you good?
Okay, y'all, what put it like on y'all mind to talk this subject for tonight?
Bro, we just freestyling, man.
We
We
always
Oh,
talk like this.
what
that
put it
is
on our mind to talk about this subject? Well, we talk about various topics, you know what I'm saying,
Yeah.
and this show just happened to be one of the topics that we discussed it on. But you know what I'm saying, if you tune into a lot more shows or whatever, like we talk about various topics and stuff like that. So this is just a topic that we're talking about tonight.
And
Is
you
it?
know what? Hey, I'm gonna tell you. I'm gonna say what. I don't know who's calling, but I mean, I think this topic touches a lot of people because I mean, a lot of us go through this. I mean, I don't know if you're from Beaumont or not, but I mean, we all come from pretty much similar backgrounds. And some of I know when we first started off this show, they really hit home because I mean, hey, that's real. It doesn't get no realer than that, bro. Like I'm a real person. I mean, I go through some of the same things. We've shared some of the same traumas in our life. So some of the ways that we overcome it and some of the information, I mean, anybody can use it.
Yeah,
That's what's up. That's what's up.
where you calling from, caller? What's good?
Come from Bowman, like off of Tram Road, across the way from Boat area.
Okay, all right. I think I know who this is. What's good, man? You from Northside alumni?
Yeah, straight up, man. Like everything well, just cooling and tuning in to y'all. This some real profound conversation that y'all got going tonight.
Yeah, man, and I appreciate you for calling, man. You know what I'm saying, and tapping in with us, man. You know what I'm saying. I hope you call a few more times. You know what I'm saying, and give your opinion or even ask a question. You know what I'm saying, because this what it's all about. You know what I'm saying, as far as everybody's opinion is respected, and you know what I'm saying, we don't hold no judging and everything. So that's what this type of show is about.
Okay. Question for the young lady who's in the middle.
Yeah, for sure.
Okay, what's your take on people being involved for many years and right away once the breakup occurs they move on? What's your take on that?
I take it as that they weren't equally yoked, and generally, especially if it comes to a woman in a relationship, she detached a long time ago. If it makes any sense. So for her, she's just been sitting there riding out. Same thing can even happen from a male's perspective. If somebody moves on, it's just they probably held on with a false hope, but then one day they probably saw a sign where it's like, nope, this is it. This is the end of the road. This is not what God has for me, or this is just, it's just not going to get any better. It's not going to be any change, because you can't make someone change if they don't want to change at the end of the day. And that relationship was done a long time ago. That's just the day that it actually became official.
So,
Okay, that's what it is. You know, pretty much gave us some clarity to some things, and I mean, I just call in and wanted to, run that question and just let y'all know that I'm one of many listening and tuning in and keep it going.
hey man, I appreciate you calling, man. I appreciate you tapping in for sure.
Oh yeah, man.
I bet.
But all right, I'm gonna go ahead and let y'all continue on and keep it going.
Hey, appreciate you, man.
So, sorry. So, what Ken shared, which became the topic of subject, I had to pull it up because I want to say it verbatim.
Hold on. You wrote notes on this?
No, I pulled up that. I know I pulled up that.
Oh, the conversation.
That screenshot that he sent his wife. I was like, Ken, did you do this? He was like, no. So it says, "Grown men tape in," which is really grown men tap in.
Oh, okay, tap. Yeah.
Are you okay with your woman cooking you hot dogs for dinner occasionally? And then that's where the conversation kind of got interesting. Like, Ken, do you kind of want to leave with your thought process?
Yeah. Say, don't cook me no damn hot dogs.
Hey, yeah, I definitely.
We're gonna let Ken leave first.
Oh, Lord Jesus.
Because he was passionate, so we're gonna let you go ahead and state your case first.
All right, this is my case. I mean, if you've been, and please, I mean, and I hope just women take time to listen to what I'm saying before y'all come, killing me. If you've been at home and all day, and the man, you ask, hey, what you want to eat? That's the content. You ask me what I want to eat. I was like, baby, just cook me something. You know what I'm saying? Whatever you want to cook, baby, just cook me something. Okay. And so I come home from work, and you hey, baby, we're gonna do hot dogs. You got your hot dogs, and you got your bun, and you got your chili, all this shit on the counter.
Okay.
And I'm like, you don't cook me. I didn't work down there 12 hours, and you come home with a hot dog. Which cost you want? Hold on, y'all. And you come cook me a hot dog, I'm gonna feel insulted because number one, I'm not no goddamn kid.
Hey, you say cook me anything?
Yeah. No, he said rice and gravy. He didn't say anything. No. He said he wanted rice and gravy.
Right? That's not like, for number one, if you're my woman, you should have took the time to learn what I like. Question, hey baby, what you like to eat? You know my favorite meals. You didn't cook for me before. Can you like,
not to get off the subject, but you like rice and gravy just by itself?
Rice, gravy, and a little meat, little steak,
okay, little meat,
little shoulder steak,
and that, yeah,
a little beef tip, whatever. You know what I'm saying? Some type of meat in there. You know what I'm saying? I don't eat pork, so I stay away from the pork. But but so if you know that's what I like, or even if you want to get fancy with it, you want to make the shrimp etouffee, fettuccine, chicken Alfredo. If you want to get fancy with it, I appreciate that. But do not warm me up no motherfucking weenie and stick it in no bread and put some chili on it and feed that to me. I'm not no goddamn kid. You not about to feed me no hot dogs and no chips. And I didn't be working and busting my ass for 12 hours because I'm gonna show you the flip side of this. I'm gonna show you the flip side. If you and Erica say, hey, take me out on a date, and you tell this man to take you out on a date, you say, all right, I'm gonna take you out on a date.
Okay.
You, in your mind, you already visualize he's gonna take you somewhere pretty nice, pretty special.
Yeah, what I would treat myself to, which is
okay. So exactly. So well, Erica, you know what you want. You know what you want. You know what type of man you want to date too. And so say this man, you get in the car. All right, baby, come on. He don't tell you nothing. You all dressed nice, well, baby. You sure look good. You sure look nice, baby. Well, shit. You're like, well, thank you. You smiling, got your perfume on. This motherfucker pull up to Wendy's. You're like, well, shit, Wendy's, what you get from Wendy's? You gotta go drop something to your kids or something? You're like, nah, baby. Order what you want. Get you that pick 4, or you want you that Dave single or that Dave double.
You go supersize this thing.
Yeah, your immediate response is you playing, right? So why is it that he gotta be playing versus when I walk in the house, I gotta eat a hot dog? A hot dog is beneath a burger. a burger is down there $10. A hot dog is number 3. 3 or
Well,
4.
if you go to Sonic, I don't know how much they
You,
cost now
you
though.
can supersize a coney, but I'm just saying for as far as on the scale of what's in it, that's all beef patty. On this hot dog, you
Hey,
dealing with pork, all kind of grinded up
hey,
meat.
at least
Come
you
on,
could
man.
go to at least you could go to certain restaurants and you can order a hamburger. You can't order a hot
You
dog at
can't
certain
have no
restaurants.
hot dog. And look, let it be on my own dime. If I want to feed myself a hot dog, let it be by myself without you. But you're not about to cook me no, because you don't even cook a hot dog. You warm all of that shit up. There's no cooking involved. There's warming up a weenie,
Well,
warming up
you
some chili, and that's it.
Now
Where's
let's
the
get
cooking?
you could
now
grill
let's
it. You
get
could
some
grill it.
context. This
Man,
is what it looks like.
We grill our hot dogs.
Well,
hey,
wait,
hey,
wait. No,
Floyd, you actually done something when you grilled it, but we talking about for the woman. The
man.
normal woman is not about to go grill your not damn hot dog. She
No.
And I
gonna
want
put that shit in some
I
water
want to give
or stick it in the
context.
microwave.
I want to give
Well,
context. This was like what, an hour of messaging.
It
An
was
yeah,
hour of
crazy.
messaging. And we was like, stop
It
it, make it a question. We gonna and it was so funny because
it was pretty funny.
Floyd's like, he's like, well, we grill ours. I was like, Floyd, that's a different level. That's a different level.
yeah.
That's fine if you gonna grill or whatever. That's a different level. So what I was stating in our thing was when he said it, I was like, remember, coming from me, I'm thinking a little bit deeper. If even though if I've been home at home all day, maybe some things internally with me have not been going good. And you know that like I cook you meals, I do everything, whatever. And it's just like, okay, when you get home, if I didn't have it in me, I'm gonna cook you something. I'm gonna cook you something. I want to make sure and take in consideration and have thought that you wanted something to eat, but I mentally am not there. And this is
It's
even
keep
no,
warming
this
up.
is no listen.
Hey,
This
people
is
warm up
even
their weenies. I thought you were supposed to like at least. I thought you were supposed to boil it or something, or at least grill it. I didn't know people
so,
warm them up
so
Microwavable.
or
context,
microwave
context,
them.
Yeah.
context.
Okay.
I don't eat hot dogs. Okay, so
So
this
why you want me to eat one? Goddamn, why you
I
want me to eat it?
that was the question you put in the
I
group.
just,
That
but
was
the
the
same
question
way
you
she
put
just
in
said,
the group.
look,
But
boy,
listen,
she don't get any weenies.
I even said with the advancement of today's technology, the air fryer will have you looking like you did a semi gourmet meal, and all you had to do was just know the right time settings and the right temperature. Okay. But
Erica.
even at the end of the day, but what I was trying to get you to understand is at the end of the
Ooh, I'm
day,
about to block
especially she might have been at home all day with your kids
them.
your kids while
Mm.
you've been out working, and she didn't want you to go unnoticed and didn't want you to come home and not have anything at all. And yeah, she might have boiled you some hot dogs because she doesn't know how to work a grill, so to speak. She might have made something, but my thing was that there was a bigger thing at play, which you might be used to coming home to every day for a meal every single day. If she can't do it here and there, if there's like a week where she's off,
That's
ask
when we
her what
order
she
out.
needs.
That's when we
No,
order
not
out,
even
though.
about order out. That no, see, that's what you miss. That surface level response. What's going
Man,
on, babe? Tell me what I can do to
Hold
help
on.
you. I see that things are a bit off right now. Let me know. Are
Cassie
you
said there's
working with me?
beef hot dogs. That's the best hot dogs to get too. Beef.
you're
Now, if
not fixing me no
no,
hot
no.
dog.
If your girl go and get those old cheap little, I forgot what the brand is, them little cheap hot dogs, then that's very disrespectful. But if
Mm,
you go get them beef hot
mm.
dogs, you know what I'm saying,
Lord,
we can throw on the grill. Hey,
Floyd, don't let them get you off topic, brother. We
No,
not eating no goddamn hot dogs around
my
here.
boy Mike Bean. Shout out to my boy Mike Bean, man. That's the homie right there. I appreciate you
and
for
I'm just
tapping in,
saying,
my dog. He
like
said
the
he don't
grill,
want no hot dog.
Hey,
but the
you
grill takes
keep the
effort. I
same
don't eat
energy,
hot
Erica.
dogs. I
Erica,
don't.
keep the same energy.
I'm gonna
We
keep
not
the
on
same
this.
energy. I'm gonna
You
keep the same
wouldn't.
energy.
You wouldn't want
No,
Wendy's though.
first off, so the way Ken is going right now, Ken was giving me real 1950s husband vibes when we was
Hold
talking
on. But
about
Ken
this.
said he wasn't speaking on himself. He was speaking on what the thing said, though.
No,
Yeah, yeah.
no. He said, I don't want no hot dogs. Make me rice and
He
gravy.
said, I
Yeah,
don't want no damn
Ken,
hot
that's
dogs.
yeah, I did say
Ken.
that.
That
I
is
said that.
Ken.
I
He
did say
said
that. See,
that.
this is a question that was geared toward me. I don't want no damn hot dog. And guess what? Guess what, Erica? I don't want no fucking air fryer, even though we got one. You're not about to air fry me no motherfucking meal. You go because the thing is, give me the same energy I give you.
But at the end of the day, even though
Yes,
you say giving you the same
that's the brand.
energy, you have to be. Oh, he said bar ass.
That's
Okay.
the brand I'm talking about too. That cheap
But
ass
at the end of the
dog.
day, Ken,
Ah,
if you know that your wife may be falling off a little bit in the kitchen, the
yes, that's the
meals,
brand.
there's a bigger thing at play here. It's not just because
I'm with.
oh you see hot dogs, but to me, I see ooh something's going on. What can I do to help help you get back to the point? Are you overwhelmed? Are you overloaded? What can I do to help you? You what I,
Man,
that's
hold
where
on.
I was coming about. That's where I was
Listen,
coming.
listen, hold on. See, hold on. I gotta defend me, goddamn.
We
I
said
gotta defend
if
me.
the woman has been home all day, Cassie.
Yeah,
Yeah,
that's what I was gonna
even
talk
if she
about.
and then think about it, and see that's still it's still vague. She been at home all day. She been taking care of your kids. This little munchkin meat
Don't
and
add the
told.
kids in there
No,
because some of
listen.
them even have
No,
kids.
no,
Don't do that.
no, no, no. I'm saying
Mhm.
scenario. Even if she don't have kids, there could be something going on with her internally where when
Oh
she
my
didn't make it,
god.
when she
Cassie, Danielle say, what difference does it make?
Danielle specifically when it comes to hot dogs, I'm
Girl
I
taste
want
But
buds.
hot
see,
dogs. So to me, it's like a hot dog. I be offended,
hey,
but we got on a deeper topic when we talked about this. So right now,
Mm.
let's just talk about those really good air fried nuggets that taste like Chick-fil-A that my
Hey
sister loves.
Danielle, where you
That
from? Put it in the
she used to
comments.
run up my card with from
hey,
Costco, and
hey,
we use
Erica.
that as a replacement for.
But you see what? You see the Floyd, they never mentioned about Wendy's. They only want to talk about the hot dog. But again, y'all
Because
would
guess
not
what? The hot dog was already at the house. We didn't ask
but
you to go
no
out because guess
but
what?
would you have a problem with it? You would have a problem with it, right? You wouldn't even
Look,
want to date that guy no
let me
more.
be transparent. If
You
I
wouldn't want to date the guy if he brought you to Wendy's, but I got to deal with the woman that's cooking me a hot dog.
no. Let me be transparent
Nah,
because if
come
I'm
on, man.
no, not to me in my situation, if I'm boiling you hot dogs and giving you Hormel chili to put on
Hormel.
top
Ooh,
with the
Hormel.
shredded
Yuck.
cheese, with the Hill Country shredded cheese,
Oh, the
add a
Hill
little
Country
mustard on
shit.
top,
Oh,
with the jalapenos or whatever. If I'm giving you
that's
that,
just a cheap hot dog,
I'm
period.
9 times out of 10, I'm not gonna
Hormel
want to leave the
chili,
house because something is going
Hillcrest
on.
cheese.
And then I told you the
Man,
difference would
whatever,
be.
man.
I
Erica,
told
I'm
you
not buying it.
no. I told you the difference
That
would
man
be
go
if
cheap.
this was somebody.
The
No,
man's
but
gonna
that's what I'm
cheat.
saying. The difference would be if this was a
Hell yeah, I'm gonna
woman.
replace you.
The man's gonna
But
cheat.
guess what? But the difference would be if this was a woman that just didn't generally care. So the hot dogs is only been a consistent trend.
You cook hot dogs for the kids, goddamn. I don't eat a hot dog. You can cook and see the thing is, Floyd, I can make it off of egg and rice and I'll be happy. Egg and
Mm.
rice is a cheap
But you
meal.
missing
You need
it.
some
But you
egg and
missing it.
rice with some bacon
If
on the
you
side,
had an
Yes,
off
something like
day,
that.
no, okay,
that's
Man.
effort. Effort,
no,
Erica.
no, you
Effort.
missing a picture.
That ain't cooking.
If
Egg
she
and rice
made
is more
you
effort
hot
than a hot
dogs, and
dog.
you
Yes.
know,
There you go, Floyd. There you go.
listen,
Floyd got it. You
no,
ain't got
listen,
it.
no, I do have it. If you know
Lucy.
that you want rice and gravy, and she knows you like rice and gravy, but she literally did not have it one week, and she made you hot dogs.
What
That's
is not having it? What is not having it? Tell me
listen,
what is it not? I don't know
listen.
what that is. What is
What?
not having it?
No,
What is
if I said if you're used to her making you rice and gravy and all these kind of meals, but say something happened in 1 month, something happened, and you all of a sudden start seeing boiled hot dogs and chili. Before you jump on her, she's going through something. That's what I was trying to get you to understand.
man?
When you
Okay.
see
I
certain
ain't
trends
man.
with
Fuck.
your
To the homie
partner,
bear, man.
and if something goes through, if somebody like she's like, I want to make sure he at least has something to eat. Instead, you focus on the meal and you not focus on the fact
Mm.
something deeper is going on, and that's how we lead to divorce
Okay.
because
Okay,
you didn't
Erica. It's
consider.
deeper. It's deeper.
It's
You're right.
deeper. That's what
Yeah,
I'm
she gotta
telling
she gotta
you.
explain that though. She gotta be like, hey babe, I'm going through something right now. I made
And
you
then
some hot dogs.
but
I'm
that's the
sorry, I
thing.
apologize, but
That's the same
I'm
thing.
going through
Like,
depression.
Just make me a goddamn sandwich then.
Hey,
hey,
shout out to my boy Bear. My boy Bear got a podcast. Hey Bear, post your podcast in the comments. I will share it for you. He has a dope podcast for
he
sure.
said, but she missed me with that
Oh my
kid.
bad. Hold on. Miss me
But
with
I'm
that
just
kid. And
saying.
Hormel chili.
I'm just saying,
Man, you're not
like
about to give me no
there's
flying food.
something bigger going
It
on.
better
That's
not
why
have
you
beans
have
in it.
consistent community say, hey, something is right. And
If
the
it
thing is, and the
if
thing
you have
is,
beans in it, it's over.
If
no,
she
but
took the
listen,
time to warm up some
Oh my
goddamn chili
god.
and cut up the onions
but
and
that's
all
the
that shit.
thing. But you also
If
gotta
that
be,
chili
you
has
also gotta
beans in it, it's over, bro. For
no.
real. On a hot dog, where's you from? She must be from
But you
Nebraska
also
or
have to understand
fucking St. Louis with
she
that.
may not even realize she's going through something.
Well,
Man,
we talked about this in the previous
I know that,
comments
but
as
I'm
far as
just saying
if
in
you're
this situation, he will be the one to get heat over hot dogs and be like, wait, she don't normally cook me hot
and
dogs.
then walked
So
in.
many
You
hot
cook me
dogs.
some goddamn hot
hey,
dogs.
Right.
okay,
That's
okay.
all he will be focused
No,
on.
no,
That's
hold
what
on.
he's talking.
Hey, before we
What
get off
did
this
he say?
topic,
And I'm
Floyd.
not gonna say this for you. He said, F that. Give me
Them
my
hot
rice
dogs.
and
Yeah, and throw the
gravy.
food
Hey,
around.
hey,
That's what he said.
I gotta give this to y'all before we go to the subject. This is before we
Okay.
change subject.
Uh-oh.
The reason why it's so personal to me I remember one time I was 20, about 20.
It sounded a little personal.
It is
Okay,
personal.
okay.
It is
So go
personal.
ahead and bring your generational trauma. Go ahead and
No,
bring
no, no. This is not
it.
generation trauma, but it's just a real situation, real life situation. I was
Past
probably
trauma.
about 24, 25.
Okay.
So, you know what I'm saying? I'm a young stallion, you know what I'm saying? I'm doing my thing. Look, hey, young stallion, man. You know what I'm saying? I got my swag on
Living
10,
his best
Young
life.
Ken.
living my best life, bro. You know what I'm saying? I'm doing me. So the girl was like, you know what I'm saying? Come over, Kendrick. I'm gonna, I'll fix you something to eat. Come over. We'll have a little dinner, you know what I'm saying? Then we'll go to the park. So I was like, "Really? Shit, that's
To the
dope, man."
park?
You know what I'm saying? Yeah, to the
Okay.
park. I don't know what she was
Okay.
talking about. So
Okay.
so I come over with the expectation that, man, I'm gonna have a good little meal, you know what I'm saying? Like, you know what I'm saying? I'm excited to see you and whatever. So I sit at the table, just I'm waiting on her to bring my food. So I'm ready. Shit. I'm like, oh, baby, and did the food in the kitchen. Smell good. So she pulled out my plate and she set it in front of me. No lie, Floyd. Do you remember them fish sticks that look like French fries?
Yeah, for sure.
The fish sticks. And
Yeah, I know what you're
she had gave me some fish sticks with like some French fries, but everything was in the oven. Everything was warmed up in the oven.
Yeah.
And I said, "This for me?" She's like, "Well, yeah, it's for you, baby. I made this for you." Nah, man, you can't be serious.
The
Floyd.
fish
And
sticks,
bro, when I tell you, bro,
man.
I didn't even eat it, bro, because I was like, you fixed this for a grown ass man and try to feed me what you feed your kids? So, bro,
Friend.
and the truth,
Hey.
no, this is the true story. I think I hurt her feelings, and I wasn't trying to do that, but I felt like, what the fuck? Why would you fix this shit for me? Why would you do this? If you asked me to come over and I think you cooked the meal, you fix some fish sticks? That's you know what I'm saying? And so
Friend.
we talked about it years down the line. I told her, I said, I didn't know if you didn't know how to cook, I'll show you how to cook. If you wanted to do something for me and you want me to, you know what I'm saying, show you how to cook, cool. But just don't bring me with the expectation
Some
that you
fish sticks
fix
and some French fries.
some.
And
No,
you
bro, it
know
was
what I was
fish
about to
sticks.
say. You know what I'm about to say?
No,
Before
what?
she
I don't
even
even
came
eat fish sticks,
over,
bro.
before she even came over to fix you a meal. Well, of course she was 26, so this didn't happen.
What
But were
it
you
smell like
intentional
then,
about
man?
having these conversations with getting to know her and certain mannerisms about her
No,
before
I,
she
I
even came
wasn't.
over for the first meal?
You was just
So
trying to
that
knock
was
that
your
down.
fault. That's your fault. That ain't
Hey,
hers.
bro, I'm guilty. I'm guilty. I think
Exactly.
all.
Exactly.
I'm guilty.
Exactly.
I'm
Your
guilty.
fault.
So,
Your
so
fault.
hey, Ken, maybe
Don't
she knew
make
you
me
was
do
on that
it.
type
Don't
of
make me
time, and
do
she's like,
it.
"Shit, I'm just finna fish him some fish sticks because I know what this motherfucker. He a
I'm
dog."
I'm guilty, but I'm just saying. But you at that point, it couldn't go no further because you fished me fish sticks. I looked at you different after that. I was like, oh shit, motherfucker, I can't take her serious. I can't. She ain't wife material.
Hey, what it smell like when you walked in the house?
Smell like something was cooking. It
You
smelled
say
like
it smell. You say it smell good up in here.
it
She's
smelled like
like,
it was
okay, there's an
cooking.
aroma. There's an aroma.
Yeah, I didn't. It was like I knew it smelled like fish. I was like, that smell
Yeah.
good, but I didn't know what type of fish it
Boy,
was. I didn't know,
I thought he had some grilled fish. You was gonna
bro.
come out
I thought it was gonna be something off the chain, man.
grilled fish with some asparagus and some
And she
chopped
had
red
had the
potatoes.
nerve to be mad at me.
Look, and
Uh,
I'll be very transparent. When I was young, I got engaged at a very young age. I was with this person for 5 years,
some rice and gravy.
and
Yes, Lord. You can't go wrong with rice and gravy.
right. And so the thing that I used to have issues, I actually had PTSD. I didn't cook for a few years after our engagement finally ended. Was I would cook every day,
What it smell like?
and whatever I cooked, he took it to lunch. He didn't want leftovers. I had to cook every single day.
Every day.
Every single day.
What you say? He was a black guy?
And he was black. Yes, he was black.
That's what I'm talking about. Get your ass in the kitchen, goddamn.
Every single boy, shut up. I had to cook every
Boy,
single day.
shut
Like
up.
we both look, there was a lot of things he was lacking on his part. Like me being in my position where even though he made more money, he didn't take care of the house, he didn't do all this other stuff. His mama came, lived with us. She was a leash. There was a lot going on, whatever.
He made more money.
He made more money, but yeah, I took care of a lot of more of the household.
Oh, okay. He
So
paid
to
more of the
speak.
bills and stuff. He was doing that.
No, it's like 50-50. So anyway, this was before there. I was young, dumb, and naive, and supportive, and wanted to be there for my partner 100%, so to speak. This is a short version of the ghetto reality show that had no camera, so to speak. But at the end of the day, I had to cook every day. So whatever I cooked, he took it for lunch and he wanted a new meal. And if I didn't cook, this is PTSD for me. So when somebody tells me something about Waffle House, I will cuss you out. I have
Man, I be killing
PTSD.
Waffle House, bro. I ain't gonna lie. I'm
It's
so tired of Waffle
PTSD.
House.
Even my family know. Don't mention that place. I get
Why?
really
I've
offended
been
Why,
when
wearing
Eric?
food
Waffle House
poison
out.
because if I wasn't cooking, he loved Waffle House, and I got food poisoning one time. When I say food poisoning, it was right there at that Waffle House, right there by what is it, Tinseltown, and it
Mhm.
Wanted was out in the movie theater at that time. We went to see Wanted. Went
Wanted.
to Waffle House before the movie. This is
What you ate though? What you got? Pork?
I
That
got I
pork?
got the waffles and the eggs. I don't eat meat, so I eat.
That's the last Waffle
I
House I
had
went
got
to
like I
too.
had got like the waffle and the eggs or whatever, and I had hash browns with a little cheese on top, and I got food poisoning. Why?
Mm.
Like when we left, went to the movie theater, I had to leave, and it was coming out both ends. It was
Oh my
so
God.
My
horrible.
God. Oh,
And
you know,
Oh,
Tinseltown,
hey,
you
Erica,
you trying to
Erica,
maneuver, and
hold on.
then
Hold on now. So
listen, I got food
hold on,
poisoning.
man. What you been drinking? That wine,
Nothing.
hey.
I'm being
Look.
transparent. I'm being transparent. And so
Oh,
even
shit.
after
Oh my
that, and when
God.
we left, he knew I had food
Damn,
poisoning.
Erica.
He knew I was.
Y'all
He
ate there
knew
before you went to the movies.
right. We went there, and then we went to the movies. I didn't make it through the whole movie. I had to
Oh
leave.
shit.
Can you imagine alternating? Because you like,
He's a
oh my
rookie.
god, in a
This guy.
public bathroom, and I hate using public
Oh my
bathrooms.
God. He's a rookie anyway because you're supposed to go to Waffle House after.
After, yeah.
You
Well, we
go on
went
them. You go to
before.
the movies and
We
then you
went
go to the
before.
Waffle House and then you go to the
We
crib and
went
you do your
before.
thing.
We went before. This was way back when, or whatever. Both ends, and even after that,
That's
he
so
did not
nasty.
care.
Erica.
He would still want to go. So it was to me, there was like a little PTSD while we were together. I had to make sure because he did not like to eat.
Yeah, I'm picking my nails on this.
Yeah, no worries. I had to make sure that I had a cooked meal for him because that's like one of the meals he would have wanted if we didn't if I didn't cook. And I'm not.
Facts, Bear. Bear said TMI.
I don't
Yes,
care.
Lord.
I don't care. This is
Erica,
one
you
of the
ruining it.
reasons.
Erica.
Erica,
I'm not ruining it.
it's a
I'm
lot
telling
of
you,
guys
That's
that
it, Floyd. That's what I was
Waffle
about to
House
say.
ruined it.
Erica, you need to put a mute on
Waffle
it,
House
Erica.
ruined it. This is
it was a lot of guys was
I
like
don't
that.
care.
I think the homie
I
that
don't
called
care.
in, he said, I want to talk to the person in the middle.
The middle,
I
yeah.
want to talk to her in the middle. A lot of guys now like, damn, bro. Like,
No
Hey,
Waffle House.
I'm gonna
No
tell you.
Waffle House.
Let
So
me
when
give
you
Erica a
talk
little
about
secret.
this to me, be happy something was done
hey,
versus
drop some
nothing.
jewels on her right quick, Ken.
Let me tell you. Let me tell you a little secret, Erica.
Sure.
As a man, I'm gonna be real. This is back probably shit. I've always thought like this, but I never really shared it with anybody. I
Mm.
can't visualize. Like even though I'm married and all that kind of stuff with my wife, that ain't something that I be wanting to go in there and see. But I'm just saying, I never could visualize a young lady like yourself, pretty. I don't be want to think about you taking no shit number two.
I
I don't
don't
be
dare not
want to.
think
I
about
don't
that.
be
And that is a
visualizing.
level of ignorance that I feel like
It's not.
men
No,
have
I'm
in
not saying
general.
that you don't do it. I'm
Yeah,
not
but I'm
saying
just
that.
saying it's a level of ignorance that most men have because it's a realistic thing that happens.
Man, we don't want to
You,
think about that
you
shit,
know
man.
what? So I be seeing some couples, and I know a chick or whatever, like she was taking a dump and she took and her man was in there. You know, they
Oh
was
no,
Nah,
like
no, no, no,
having
no,
a
man.
no. That's
That's
a
conversation.
whole other
bullshit.
story.
I'm not really that comfortable like that. You know what I'm saying?
That's a whole
If
other
it don't smell, then yeah, but it's gonna
No,
smell.
Man,
it's not
give
even a
me listen,
smell.
look, bro.
No, that's a whole
There's
different
no way. I mean, I understand that we supposed to be able to do a lot of things each other, but it's certain
yeah.
times that I need to give you your space and certain times you
Yeah,
give me mine. You know what
yeah.
I'm saying? That's the type of time that it's just me time. I just want to,
Mhm.
whatever, just give me my time. And
Right.
you know what I'm saying? I got to deal with my
All right.
own
Thank you,
shit.
Desire. I'm gonna talk my shit,
Yeah, all
Hey,
literally.
right,
hey,
yeah. So
hey,
if I
hey,
be
hey,
coming
hey,
in, you
Floyd.
might have to come on the show one day.
You know how
Literally.
we always say we gotta everybody come with their fair share of shit. Like I gotta take my own shit. I want you to take your own shit. Like I don't want to have to deal with each
Yeah,
other.
because I'm not trying to talk to you. I'm trying to look on my phone and do all
Yeah,
that.
yeah,
I'm
yeah.
not trying to talk to you or whatever. And
Right.
yeah, man.
Fuck
Right.
that. Fuck
No,
that.
that's in this situation. I was in a public setting. I was very uncomfortable.
Erica.
I
At
had
Waffle
no
House too, the
control because
bathroom's
I had food
nasty.
And don't,
poisoning.
hey, bro, and don't let that shit be too bad because that might be the end of our relationship, man. That shit stank too bad,
Mhm.
man. Like, your motherfucking ass rotten, man. You need to
Yeah, so
Hey,
let's not act
hey,
like your shit don't stink. Oh, do not let me
hey,
tell
hey,
you
Erica.
the type
That's
of
why I'm saying, like,
Negroes in the past I've encountered.
Fuck that,
Like
man. Your shit
you
stinking
want us
like
to
that,
cook
man.
your shit, but you don't want to accept our shit.
Nah, man. Yo,
No,
hey, I
no,
expect my shit to stink,
no,
but look,
no,
I expect my shit to
no.
stink, but you better spray some motherfucking potpourri in that motherfucker.
Yeah,
It
man.
better
You
smell
going,
good.
yeah, man. Like we got a certain
Takara
image
said it.
of
She
our
said
woman.
if you can't talk about it, then how is he gonna do it? How is he gonna be there when he has to wipe it when you get old? Exactly.
Man, fuck that.
Who
But I ain't
said
got to
that?
think about that
No.
right now. Who
Oh,
said that? I ain't see
Upon your
that.
shit,
oh,
Takara.
Takara. Yeah, she said that,
She
man.
said it.
Takara.
Man, listen. We ain't at that bridge yet. I ain't you
And then
well.
hey, them Waffle House bathrooms nasty.
She said she was there. Well, she said
No,
she was at the movie.
I did it at the movie
That's
theater. You know
even
what the funny
worse.
part was? I had to run
That's
down
even,
the steps,
bro.
trot down the stairs, run up the little hallway, go find the bathroom before it
That's
was
worse.
horrible.
The
It was
movie
Yeah.
horrible.
bathroom is worse than Waffle House, bro.
Yes!
Like,
And I
look,
don't do public restrooms. I have
look.
a huge issue with public restrooms.
I didn't go. I
Y'all
want to
ass is
go.
Yes.
drunk because we
Look,
ain't even on topic. Y'all ass know this shit and
I,
shit. They get over
No,
this
no, just saying, just
hold
saying.
on. The
This
reason,
is what
let me say this.
the hot dog conversation led to.
No. Let me say this. The reason why I haven't went to go see Avatar because I wanted to go see the new Avatar. It's 3 hours. I'm not going to see it because it's at the movies and I got to use the bathroom and I'm afraid I'm going to have to use the bathroom and I'm not going to use the bathroom at the movies. It's
Guess
nasty,
what?
bro. It's
Guess what,
horrible.
Floyd? You gotta come to Houston, and you should have went to iPick. That's the only place I
Yeah.
like to go. That's the only place.
How's the bathrooms over there?
Oh, it's nice. I mean, you paying $50 at least for 2 tickets alone, so it's gonna be. You know what I'm saying? It's worth it.
Okay, all right.
Yeah.
Okay, and the only public bathroom I'm going to is Bucky's too.
Yeah, you know what? That's the only one I
That's
trust.
the only one. Like Bucky's, that's the restroom stop right there. We get the Bucky's, everybody go use the bathroom. Do what you gotta do because we ain't stopping unless we get to another
Get
Bucky's.
the breakfast taco or the turkey barbecue sandwich. That's all I do.
Y'all crazy, man. Y'all crazy.
Yep. And I look. One time I tried to. We was going to Austin, and I had to use it bad. And I went to. I'm talking about. I went to this gas station, bro.
Oh,
and
shit,
I had
man.
and that the toilet was just it was stopped up. It was horrible. I was like, God told me.
But
God told me. I
bro.
was like,
Yeah, I'm gonna give y'all that on me, man. If your shit stink too bad, Erica, this is some, this me. You want to ask a question to get to know me better? Your shit better not stink too bad, because that's it for me. Don't let me smell it.
Well, then make sure your shit.
Hey, you know what, Floyd? And that's another thing. Like, no, it's
Make sure
another thing. No, but I'm smart enough. I'm smart enough not to do it in front of you. Like, I'm not. You can't fart in front of me and think that shit funny. Like, if you don't want to,
no, I get that. But you do realize the natural biology of a person's body. You can't really control that.
No, you can. No, you can, man.
No,
You can.
Let me
Yes, you can.
Look, you've been married, but you ain't been married over 10 years, and you know for a fact with that person doing that wrestling, I'm a firm believer that everybody should courtesy flush. I know everybody doesn't.
Right. Okay. That's fine.
Not
I
everybody
respect
courtesy
that.
flushes. I'm a proponent of that.
They don't do that at my job at all.
I'm not gonna fault this person. I'm gonna ask him if he want to detox. I'm a big proponent of that, things of that sort. But I cannot sit up here and punish him because
Okay, Erica. I'm not. Listen to hear what I'm saying.
Internal is a whole nother thing. It's like we got psychology and biology in this conversation going on tonight. Okay.
Hey, I'm gonna just say this, Erica. I'm gonna just say this. You not about to, because this is a hell no. We damn near gonna break up. Like, you not about to just be farting in my face and shit. No, I'm just saying people do that shit, man.
How did we go from farting to food poisoning?
Because it's the same.
Food poisoning.
No. Listen, I'm just saying the level of respect. The level of respect.
Food poisoning.
No, Erica. I told you I didn't want to visualize that shit, but you not about to.
Who told you to take your brain and think about it? I didn't tell you to
You
go.
Said it was coming out of
you could have said no, you could have took that whole part out and not let me finish my part. And I didn't say, hey, everybody listening, I want you to think of this illustration.
That's what we gonna do. We gonna think about it. You said it, so we think about it. We
so got off a topic on this.
Yeah, we damn sure did. Let's get back on topic.
What's the next question?
The last question. Let's do the last question.
Okay.
I got some questions for the next show or whatever. Okay. But okay, last question. Because Bear was like, how do you let me go back to what Bear
he was like
Bear said, how do y'all get to this topic from relationship problems?
Food poisoning and a man.
Okay, all right. it's a few more. Some people posted a few more things, but I'm gonna go to the next topic because we go.
Okay. What's the next topic?
Okay.
Next question.
This is relations to what has happened to a particular couple,
Okay.
celebrity couple,
Okay.
or whatever. But it was about how this woman was dressed. So, how your woman dress reflects to you as a partner, true or false?
Oh, Sierra. Okay.
I say true.
Okay. So, to me personally,
Let's dive in.
yes or no? Yes or no? I feel like a woman can be very sexy. She can be accentualized. Things like so. The whole thing, which I feel like this is in relation to, is with Sierra, so to speak. Okay, me personally, there I will test the limit, but I won't go beyond the limit, so to speak. So in that situation, no. I don't think me being completely bare. If I'm on vacation with my girlfriends and I'm in a swimsuit, and mind you, when I go on vacation, I'm not limited to what kind of swimsuit. It might be a thong, it might be like, cover, whatever it is. If I post a picture, that's one thing. Because guess what? I'm on vacation in the beach doing an aquatic activity. That's one thing.
Aquatic.
An aquatic activity. That's one thing. So I'm not gonna limit myself, and I'm sharing my experience. If you choose to go straight down the gutter and focus on the fact that I got on this kind of swimsuit, that's on you.
I'm
But
smiling.
at
I'm
the
about
end,
to eat this one
no.
up, Lord.
But
I'm
at
gonna
the
eat
end
this
of the
shit up.
day, in that particular situation, no, I want to make sure because I do want, for the most part, I don't say I'm conservative, but I do have conservative values when it comes to a relationship because there's certain things about my man that I only want him to have access to and appreciate at the end of the day. Like men can see me and wonder like, damn, I wonder like what she would look like this and this and this and whatever. But they'll never get to see that because
I
That's
mean,
a
they was
fact.
they was wondering before you said what you said about the
Yes, they
coming out
was.
the
They
mouth.
was
but
wondering. They was wondering. You're right. They were.
so yeah.
Oh,
But I'm
shit.
just saying, I'm not gonna be completely bare in that aspect because even to me, like I'm a person, especially like the one thing I take pride in is my art. I have over 100 hours in, and it goes from the shoulders down to the side hips, like everything like that.
What
And
do you
then
mean
once
your
I'm
art?
done,
Your art meaning
my tattoo work, my
okay.
tattoo artwork.
Okay. All right.
I'm
Okay.
100 hours in, and it's something
Hmm.
I'm very passionate about. It has a very important meaning to me. So when I'm done, there's something I would like to do to show that appreciation because I think it's a very beautiful piece. And I would like
Okay.
to share
Okay.
that,
We
but I
see a
feel like
little
I
bit
can
on the
share.
shoulder. We see a little bit on
Yeah, you
that
see a little
shoulder
bit on
right
the
there.
shoulder.
We see a little
Erica,
okay.
Erica,
You
and
see a little
see,
bit on the
Yellow bone
shoulder.
with the
I
tattoo.
got a little bit on the other. But for the
Okay.
and
most part, I'm 100 hours in. I'm almost
Mm,
done. My tattoo is amazing. His name is Cameron. He's in Pasadena. He's not that far. Shout out to him.
okay.
And you guys saw that one episode where I was trying
Oh,
to
we did. We did. That
where
was a
my
dope
friend,
episode.
she was there with him too. But for the most part, for me, I feel like there's a way where you can show sexuality and still have a little bit of discreet discretion with it. So in that situation, like say particularly with Sierra, I understand that was the theme for what is it
It was some
for the
vanity thing or
Oscars.
whatever. I
That
don't know
wouldn't have
what it
been me.
was.
You would have caught me with that, but I had like a new bodysuit on, so you like, oh, we don't see
You would
anything.
have been showing that tattoo off.
Oh yeah, I would have been. Yeah, I would have been.
What if your
But
man said what? But what if your man said, "Babe, I don't agree with that." I mean, damn, like save it for
but you
afterwards.
know what? We had that conversation. That's communication. That's very important, and I will respect that. I will
Okay,
respect that if he had an
okay,
issue with that.
okay,
okay.
okay,
Yeah,
okay. But let's not stick
Right,
to
right.
as far as
yeah,
Sierra. As far as
No,
Sierra, let's talk about
yeah.
us.
Just
So,
anyone. Yeah.
because I know Ken, you was throwing fastballs, and Ken is a fastball hitter. He can. So Ken was ready. He was
very
ready to
much so.
come.
Very much so about this one. This topic here, man. I'm ready for this one because I think that it does say a lot about about your partner as how she dresses. Because number one, I think that a woman's still trying to, cover up herself is attractive. I don't think like women, everybody want to show off their body now. Everybody. I don't think that's going
I
to
don't think
attract.
so though. I don't not
What you mean? That's
what
everywhere you look on the
some
internet is sex, sex,
some
sex.
some.
Majority. Let's say
We just had a
85%.
grammar conversation in the group chat. You can't say everybody.
I didn't say
Some
everybody. I said
some.
majority.
No.
Majority of women are now trying to show their figure off and stuff like that. Whether they got whatever they want to show off their body. Sex is the thing now. You can't sit here and say that sex is not. Everybody's wanting to be over sexual right now. with these little leggy, with the little yoga pants, with all they making stuff
Hold on, with the
so.
yoga pants, she covered though, bruh. She
But I'm just
covered.
saying
Pick
though,
and choose your battles. They got on leggings. Do you know
I'm just
how
saying,
convenient and
Erica.
comfortable leggings, aka athleisure, is? That's
Okay,
all I do because I don't have to dress.
okay, you don't have to
I
dress
never
no more,
dress
right?
for setting, but guess what? You gonna get comfortable leggings for me because I work remote, 100%
All right,
remote.
Erica.
My office is in LA, so don't offend the leggings.
Okay,
Lululemon.
let me
Go ahead.
answer.
Go
Let me
ahead.
answer the question.
I'm gonna
Then
bring you back. Go ahead.
let me answer my question.
Go
Okay,
ahead.
so like I said, to me,
I'm
I
ahead.
still believe that women that are being this way.
Oops, I didn't mean to push that.
Oh, you good?
Yeah, we good. We good. Go
Okay,
ahead.
okay. Women that are still covering up themselves, to me, appear more respectful in the long run and more likely to. And like I said, don't get me wrong. I'm not saying that women that's showing off can't do the same thing, but they're going to attract a certain type of energy. Most women that's being conservative and carrying themselves the right way, they're going to get that man. They're going to get that husband that respects them. Now, you get that woman that's showing off her body. She's going to get that man that's only wanting to have sex with her. She's going to get this
But
stuff. I'm just no. Let me make my
go
point.
ahead.
You can
Go
have it. You
ahead.
can
Go
have it.
ahead. Go
So,
ahead.
as far as Sierra doing it, we can all agree. Russell Wilson is a certain type of guy.
He's
She's
okay
the
with it.
she can get away with that shit. But
Hmm.
there's a certain type of guy that she wouldn't be able to get away with that with.
But
There's a
that's not
certain
who she with though. That's not who
that's
she
not
with.
who, and there's a reason why she's with him. She can get away with a lot more. All I'm saying was that is no respect for the man that you with. She's not
That
giving you that
that's
respect.
no, but that's where it changes. It
It
only the
changes. What you
respect.
mean it
No,
changes?
the
Hey,
respect. The respect of the offense only allows. I mean, excuse me. The respect of the offense only is applicable to the person who would be
Okay,
offended.
that's fine.
If
That's fine. If
Russell
he's
has
not
no
offended,
issue with it,
you're right. Yeah, if he doesn't have an
if
issue with it,
Russell
that's
has no
fine.
issue with it, he know
You're
that's his.
absolutely you're
She
absolutely
go,
right.
he knows she ain't gonna do
hey,
nothing. So
let me chime in because a lot of hate has been on Russell Wilson, and let me say this man here has came in. He has as far as future son, he has made him his son. He's to me he's been a great father.
Yeah.
Uh, to me he's been shown to be a great husband as far as we know as far as the scenes or
purchase
whatever.
all her masters to her as a gift.
He's been doing a lot of good things,
A lot of good things.
and I think this one thing is killing. They're trying to like, as far as Russell Wilson, they're trying to call him all kind of names and this and that because his wife wore a dress, and now they're killing this man. And we have people that somebody posted Gucci Man and his wife, and she wore like some
She
really,
wore provocative stuff
But
all the
again,
time.
really.
you got to look at the person that's doing this. Like Gucci Man, come on, man. He. Some men have women that's trophy wives. Other men have wives that's really wives. So you have a man that's bought a woman. You have a man that's saying, I got all this
He
money. I
didn't.
just
He didn't
want.
purchase here.
No, Gucci Man, Gucci Man, Gucci. I'm saying you got
He
certain
didn't
men that just.
know. He didn't purchase her. She
Man, a lot
held
of these
him
dudes.
down when he
Okay,
was
so
in prison.
hold on. Let me correct you what I mean purchase, Erica. If
Okay,
he
come
wasn't
on.
a rapper, he
Context.
wouldn't be with Gucci Man. Lil Wayne wouldn't be with a lot of women that he's been and he made babies with if he wasn't Lil
But he
Wayne.
also not married, so he don't count. Give
No,
him
so
credit.
again, a lot of these women are having babies with these dudes, chilling with these guys because of their financial status. So if
Uh,
they were just
so
regular
so for
guys, they
Gucci
wouldn't be.
Man, this context, she didn't marry him, so to speak, for finance. He went straight to jail, and she could have dipped off. She held him down.
Okay.
No,
Well,
now,
hey
listen,
man,
no.
we
Let me be transparent. Cause the way they had to me, that's ghetto love. No offense, that's ghetto love.
hey damn
I
ghetto
don't do
love,
ghetto
but
love.
okay.
I was raised in a blended family. Like I don't do that. Me, I wouldn't have stuck around. Be very transparent. And I'm saying ghetto love, hood love, whatever. I'm not probably not using the best words. She didn't have to stick with him, and she held him down at the end of the day. And they've been together, so it wasn't even really about his money. Because she honestly,
Thank
she
you.
could have
Thank
screwed
you.
him other
That
and
woman
kept
there
him.
said it, Erica. The woman that just Floyd, she said exactly what I've been saying. And I thank you, sister, for telling the truth. I mean, a lot of these men are just with these women for what they looks in their body. So therefore, they trophy
Not
wives, right?
Gucci
I
Man, but
said,
not in Gucci Man because she didn't have to be with
oh,
him. She didn't
man,
have to be with
okay.
her. You could,
You think
yeah,
you
you
think
can run to.
Tiara's a trophy wife?
Me personally, I think Russell Wilson likes to look at it, but Russell Wilson is
No,
Russell Wilson.
I think he really appreciates it. They actually match
No,
each
he
other.
Yeah,
came from.
I don't know,
I'm only,
man.
He's a different type of
I'm
guy,
only
man.
saying this
I
because
like them as a couple. I like them as
I
a couple.
no, I love it. I mean, I'm only saying this because I loved Past it, loved Sierra. So I went to her concert thinking I was gonna get a concert, and I got a dance show. Everybody told me she not gonna sing, she just gonna dance, gonna do this. But I had to learn my lesson.
Man, she
So
said I had
that
done.
man really loves her. That man really
Kid,
loves
she say
her.
she not on your side, dog.
She
She
really
say,
not, bro. She'll never understand because, like I said, I'm
no,
not
no, no,
knocking.
no.
No, no. She said she not
Trizella
on your
said, she
side.
say, I'm not on your side.
Oh
You
no,
get
I
with it.
know. I'm saying, but when she was talking about the men only with these women for their bodies,
Okay,
That's
all
not
right,
she ain't
bet.
got to
that's
be on
not
my side. I know
that's
she
not
probably pro woman.
everybody though. That's not everybody. That's not everybody. Like in Gucci Man situation, I
That's
don't
good.
think he's really with her for her body. She got a lot of plastic surgery, all that other stuff. I think that they really love each other.
But I mean, I stand on my point. I do
I think
believe
so too.
how. I mean, I'm not gonna get off my square. You get what you give. If you different, if you don't believe that the outfit that you wear is revealing. If a dude come and say, "Oh, you fine in the motherfucker, little mama," and grab your ass, and then here it is, you got a husband.
But first off, there you just said something. I should be able to wear
Yeah,
whatever
yeah, you
I
too. Yeah, I
no,
already know.
listen.
I
I
already
should
know.
be able to
Yeah.
wear whatever I want. If a man comes
Don't
up
say he grabbed it. Then he didn't
no,
grab it, but he said
if
something.
no, if a man comes up and grabs me on my ass, that's him being disrespectful. At the end of the day, his mama didn't feed him right, his daddy didn't raise him right, none of the other stuff happened. So you can't. So the thing that you're leading to, which I'm hoping you're not leading to, is oh, you getting this kind of energy because of what you wear.
I
Anybody
know
can
he
come and
ain't
wear
supposed to
whatever they
touch you though.
want and have the same level of respect. Same level of respect at the end of the day.
Man, but
Because
that's
we
why I
have
say, man, it's a double sword. It's a double-edged sword because
no.
y'all can go out there and look any kind of way y'all want to, and they don't expect a man to say nothing. And we at the other end, we can't do shit. We can't go walking around the goddamn mall without damn dick out. We just can't. It's
But
just
you know that's not the same. But you know
it's
that's
just
not even
not,
on
man.
the
Y'all
same
can do
level.
so
You
much
know
as
that's not
women.
even on the same level. You can't get
Yeah,
what
it
is
is.
called as being no, it's
Yeah, it
not.
is, man.
What
Yeah,
is
it is.
called as being a what is the thing is at the end of the day,
So
women
you mean
are
to tell me,
naturally
listen, you mean to tell me
what?
what Sierra had on showing her whole body, just like, you know what I'm saying? She had like a bikini under that. It's not, I mean, that's over the top. That was almost worse than a woman just being buck naked.
But guess
She
what?
got a whole ass out. I mean, I'm just
But
saying
guess
that
what?
couldn't be
But
my
guess
wife.
what? But again,
What?
in this situation, her husband was fine with it. That's what you
Exactly.
and
That's
this
not
and
my
this and
wife.
no, this is the
Yeah.
thing that I told you when I always joke about you having issues. Like there's a certain tension you have women and certain thing. You have to understand at the end of the day, what people do with their lives is their lives. When we pour our energy and
I
focus
ain't
on
pouring no
what others
energy. That's a
no,
question.
no, you are because you just did it. And even
I
other
said it
men
couldn't be my wife. It couldn't be.
no, but this is the thing. When we focus on what others are doing, we take away from the fact that we need to be focused on within ourselves. So you got every time you might have a random Tom, Dick, and Harry coming out here wearing random outfits, dressing as a woman one day, a man as another. That's on them. They don't pay my bills. They don't in any way shape my future. That's their life. That's their life.
All that is right,
At the
Erica.
end of
You're
the
right,
day,
baby.
that
You're
is
right.
their
You're
life.
right.
So
You're
if
right.
she chooses to do that, guess what? That conversation, what people fail to realize because it's on a celebrity dynamic, what happens in that household between, example, Russell and Sierra, when she walked out the house, there was a conversation.
I
Because
best
I'm
believe. I
pretty
bet. I
sure,
bet Russ hit it afterwards.
I bet he did. He
I
was
bet
like,
he hit
oh,
that after. He's like,
y'all
man,
might be like, oh, we, but when
it's
he get
just
home, he gonna be like, oh, we. There's a
shit. I'm finna tie
conversation.
this
What
up.
we have to understand is we have to remove ourselves from focusing on other people that actually play no part in our lives.
Okay.
They
Yep,
don't. They
they're
don't. They
professional.
they don't.
They
And
really don't.
they
They don't
don't.
play any
And
part in life. So, and the simple thing, we see that keep scrolling. Keep scrolling. Just keep scrolling. Just
for
keep scrolling.
sure, for sure. And I
Yeah.
hate to end this show. It's been
Yeah.
a dope conversation. It's been so fun getting back to, what I'm saying, the click, you know what I'm saying? It's been a minute since we didn't came on and chopped it up.
Yeah.
And this was dope, man. It was fun. It was informative. It was, educational, you know what I'm saying? And that's what I love about the conversation. My boy Bear, shout out to him. He was in the comments and stuff like that. He be tapped in. We'll have to get him on pretty soon or whatever and stuff like that. But you know what I'm saying? Once again, man, I appreciate Erica with the breakdown topics and Ken coming through and standing on his square. You know what I'm saying? That's one thing I like about Ken. He don't care. He stand on his square, and I
Oh,
like
I
that.
know
And
he
I
does.
respect that.
We respect them.
I
I,
respect that to the
I
full.
do want to say this one thing because of tonight, the topics that we hit. For
Yes.
people who are not into therapy, there are 3 books that I am going to recommend.
Yes,
You can get
please.
Audible, and you can even get on Amazon on hardback. You probably find it in Barnes and Noble or whatever bookstore. The first book I'm going to recommend is It Didn't Start With You by Mark Wallen. And I'll post this, I'll post this later for everybody to go. I'll post
Yeah,
the link
please
for it.
post this. Hey, post it
So,
on the Kickback page.
right. So on It Didn't Start With You talks about the psychology basically between some of the mannerism things that we have. They talk about the science and the psychology of how it's connected between each generation, where even with alcoholism, even with like certain contentions, there is an actual that there has been studies that show there's actual connections. So you had a grandfather who might have been like a narcissist or alcohol or anything like that. They break down that and they explain how it didn't start with you, and how the biggest proponent is being intentional to break that generational curse, to be able to set a new trend moving forward. The next one that I want to talk about is How We Heal, which is by Alexandra L. Great book. This book teaches you also how to interact with people who have a strong level of toxicity. So, like, you have those friends, those long friendships, those long relationships, people who you've been a part of. It gives you context on how to deal with those people who have not yet done the self work, so to speak.
Okay.
And then the last one is The Courage to Be Disliked, which is by Fumitake Koga. This book talks basically on how to be able to make those assessments with understanding that if you're not liked, it's okay because you do the intentional work. You're not always going to be liked. And when you do the intentional work to get yourself to a better place, and then you set those boundaries, those who don't wish to change for the better, it's okay if they don't like you at the end of the day.
For
So those
sure.
are the books I have for my
Dope
suggestion.
books for y'all to check out and read, man.
That's my girl. Always giving
Yeah.
us that fire.
Hey, man, look, if y'all missed any of this episode, like I said, y'all can check this out on YouTube, Spotify, Apple Podcasts, iHeartRadio, et cetera, et cetera. You know what I'm saying? And you know what I'm saying? You can check this out on Fridays, at 8 p.m. We started a little late tonight or whatever, but you know what I'm saying? You could check us out on 8 p.m. Fridays and stuff like that. And you know what I'm saying? Get in tune if you're not in tune or whatever. But I appreciate you and Ken and Erica for tapping in and having a dope therapeutic conversation as always.
For sure, for sure. Much love, man.
Love
Man,
you
y'all
Always
have
all.
a
fun.
great weekend
Love you all.
and y'all be blessed.
All right, bro. Same to you.
Bye.
100.
Bet.
All right, so look, man, that was the show, man. That was a great show. You know what I'm saying? We always have great shows. Every show is great, man. You know what I'm saying? Get in tune to the Kickback podcast. It's every Friday, 8 p.m. We started a little late, or whatever, but you know how us brothers be, you know how black people is, you know what I'm saying? We start late, you know what I'm saying? But you know what I'm saying, when we tap in or whatever. But anyway, tomorrow, you know what I'm saying, y'all could tap in also. I will be replaying it back. I will be running it back, you know what I'm saying? So this is for anybody who be watching the show or whatever. If y'all want to come on, if y'all want to chop it up with your boy, you know what I'm saying? I will be on tomorrow. Let me see. I'll be on tomorrow, 7 p.m. 7 p.m. tomorrow. I'm gonna put the link at the bottom. If y'all want to come through, if y'all want to chop it up, if y'all want to talk about the podcast episodes that we was talking about, you know what I'm saying? You could do that. We're gonna have a good time. We're gonna rock out. We're gonna sip. We're gonna have good vibes and everything and stuff like that. Shout out to my boy Tristan. You know how we do it, man. Outside alumni on everything or whatever. But like I said, I appreciate everybody that's commenting. I appreciate everybody that shared the show or whatever. And I know it's been a few weeks, you know what I'm saying, since we did a podcast or whatever, but you know what I'm saying, please forgive me. It's gonna be way more content that's gonna be dropping on the page, on the Kickback podcast page. You know what I'm saying? It's dope conversations, it's dope topics and everything. But yeah, man, it feels good to be back again. And like I said, man, y'all can check this out. If y'all missed it, it's gonna be on a replay and everything. So um get in tune. And if you want to be a guest, man, if you want to be a guest, if you want to come on, if you want to chop it up with me, Ken, Erica, or whoever else, you know what I'm saying? I have my boy Bear on here. I have a therapist, TR Eve. She comes on a lot. You know what I'm saying? I got a few people that come on and we chop it up and we do our thing on here. But if you want to be a guest, just inbox me, and we can make something happen and everything. But I'm finna get out of here. Y'all have a great weekend. Y'all be blessed. Y'all be safe. And always y'all be 100. All right? 100. We gone.